I've been walking through the fire with my head up hard aligned. Every scar became a scripture, every tear a deeper sign. They try to silence the truth, try to ban what's real and right, but the louder they deny us, the brighter we ignite. All is standing on his word, Fatty standing on the line. Still we do it for the people, still we never waste the time. They counted us out, but we counted the cost. Never lost a mission, even when we lost a lot. Truth in our lungs, hope in our stride. We don't move with fear, we move with God inside. Oh, still untouchable, can't break what's chosen. Still untouchable, truth stays spoken. Our hands to the sky, feel the rise when we come through. Still untouchable, we'll ever look for you. Hey. Untouchable, we ride. Untouchable, for the truth. Untouchable, hey. Step is elevation, still grounded where we came. We don't fall for reputation, we don't run from saying names. Organ crying like a prayer, violence know how it feels. Tambourine shaking the ceiling, every note remind was real. They said power changed the soul, but it sharpened our resolve. If we eating, then the people. If we winning, then it's all. No crown without the weight, no shine without the scars. We speak light into the dark, turn the wounds into the art. Still untouchable, heaven knows us. Still untouchable, doors stay open. From the struggle to the summit we break through. Still untouchable, we rise for the truth. Untouchable, right. Untouchable, right. Untouchable, hey. Untouchable, 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 hey. I sing for the ones who've been silenced, I cry for the nights we survived. Every note is a promise kept. We are proof that faith multiplies. Oh, we don't bow. Oh, we ascend. Oh, when truth calls, we answer again. Untouchable. Hear the anthem. Untouchable. Feel the momentum. Choir in the back, violins lift the roof. Still untouchable. Untouchable. We do it for the youth. Untouchable. Level up. Untouchable. Still chosen, never folding. Untouchable. Still standing, still rising, still untouchable.
The confusion and the games. I'm very direct in what I say. I'm very real about what I stand on. And at this stage in our life, especially in the black race, we need results. We need solutions. We need progression. We need we need healthy families and we need marriage.
I keep saying, hold on, I want to respond to that because
Okay.
what again,
Are you married?
no, I'm not.
We rise higher through the fire. Hey, hey. Untouchable empire. Hey. Untouchable empire.
Yeah, we rise higher, through the fire, untouchable empire, lift us higher. Ollie and Fatty, bring truth to the streets. We stand for the people, never fall, never retreat. Untouchable empire, we don't break. We rise higher every step we take. Higher, higher, untouchable. Yeah, we step in the room and the whole crowd lifts. Truth in our blood, that's the realest gift. We talk power, elevation, transformation, untouchables. Yeah, we built this nation. We ain't chasing clout. That's for boys, not men. We chase money, purpose, legacy, and man. Ollie with the flame and Fatty with the spark. We light up the world when the whole world dark. Lift up the people that survive. We bring talk, justice, unity. Every time we swing, we don't bow down. We stand tall and rare. Untouchables, baby, we everywhere. We rise. Through the fire, through the fire.
We stand together in the light.
Untouchable forever. This alright, this alright. Oh, we rise higher, higher. Through the fire, higher. Untouchable empire. Lift us higher, higher. Ollie and Fatty, bring truth to the streets. We stand for the people, never fall, never retreat. Untouchable empire. We don't break. We rise higher every step we take. We move with the grace. Power to the people, that's a look on our face. We don't fall, we don't run, we don't hide. Stand on truth, yeah, we walk with pride. Fame don't move us, we built on honor. Heart of a king, real warrior armor. Empower the world, that's the mission tonight. Yeah, we always do what's right. From the city to the globe, we shift that tone. Building up lives with a righteous throne. We step in the storm and walk through the fire. Why? Cause we got made for the rise higher. Hands up, hands up. If you feel that fire, stand up, stand up. And we only rising higher. Untouchable empire, higher. Yeah, we lighting up the sky, higher. From the struggle to the victory, watch us fly. Hands up, hands up, hands up. We rise higher, to the fire, untouchable empire, lift us higher, Ollie and Fatty, to bring up all the devil to the streets. Power to the people, never fall, never retreat. Body empire, and no break. We rise higher every move we make. To the fire, we rise higher. Oh, touch, him play.
Tiana, Khadijah, Lenny Carvel, him, her, him, bodies, 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 bodies!
Man, let me find out y'all actually timing my intros. It start popping off right before I start off. Why y'all don't sit through my intros, man? Well, some of y'all be sent through my intros right when it's about to start. The numbers go up, yo. Much love to everybody in the building, man. Today we gonna be talking about married man versus single man. And I try to get to that conversation about 2 shows ago, but then when something starts out and it becomes spicy, you know, I let us rock out. You know, I let us have a conversation. And yesterday, hopefully, y'all got something out of that battle between Team Ali and Team Fatty, even though Team Fatty didn't pull up. But I think Team Ali won that. And by the way, I'm seeing some messages, a minority of people. A delay alert. Okay, let's switch this up. Let me restart then. The internet be hating on me too. Am I good now? Let me see. Let's see. Let me know if I'm good, y'all. No more blurry, right? We good. Don't come up in my. It's a minority. It's only 2 people who said it. Yesterday was not a bashing Anton or bashing Corey live, y'all. Most of y'all understand that it's 2 people who try to be disingenuous. Majority of what Anton says and what Corey says, I agree with. Just because you disagree with somebody don't mean you being biased or you against that person. All right. The only thing I don't agree with Anton on is the community conversation. I can't stand his stance on the community conversation, but most of what Anton say, I agree with. And with Corey, majority of what he says, I agree with as well too. But I stopped y'all, or some of y'all, from trying to bash Anton about 500 times during the show. So some of y'all jumping into my comment section trying to think that I'm trying to let a lot of people to get bashed. I don't even let nobody, even what I name, get bashed on my show as well too. We can have the conversation, but I won't let people literally get bashed or disrespected on the show. And out of fun, sometimes we'll let stuff play on, but don't be disingenuous commenting, man. I don't know why. I don't know how y'all be sleeping at night, just finding ways to just stir up stuff instead of just being able to have a conversation and someone having a perspective. There's times Fatty had debates and I think he wrong, or I think he lost a debate just like he think I'm wrong, or he think I lost. That don't mean he have a bias or he against me just because all of a sudden we disagree. People be tripping, man. God dang, people be tripping though. But y'all can always pull up. All right. And we can catch some more.
Tiana, Khadijah, Lenny Carvel, him, her, him, bodies.
All right. There's a link that you can always ask for, and you can always pull up. And rarely do people pull up on Fatty's show, and rarely do people pull up on this show. And when they come up on this show, they look crazy, and people be crashing out. And most of the people that be coming up here talking crazy and looking crazy, they be crashing out.
And they all crash dummies. They're all crash dummies.
Most of y'all that be coming up here be crashing out. All right. Again, though, man, thank y'all so much for supporting us. Thank y'all so much for rocking with us and pushing us to progression as everybody's building with us. We see a lot of y'all, not a lot of y'all, some of y'all coming up in here like y'all knew since kindergarten. Been a member 1 year talking about we always knew y'all would do it and untouchables forever. Boy, don't play around like that. Y'all know y'all were not here. And we're talking about the people who were here then left and then came back and talking about they was untouchables forever. Don't do that to us, man. You know, don't make us call you out either. All right. But much love to my brother Batworks in the building. Much love to my brother Director promoting. Much love to you, my brother. My brother TC. Much love to you, D in the chat. Yeah, people like drama, man. You know, we will talk about some drama, but we don't actually love drama. We don't promote drama, but we'll talk about things that end up probably sometimes creating some type of drama if we can't have the genuine or intentional conversation, right? And then much love to my brother 30K. I see you making your waves around the space as well too, but I guess because you can't cam up, you don't pull up on my show. But I see how it is, man. I understand. I got to respect if you ain't trying to cam up. My brother Marcel, what's going on, my brother, man? Much love to you, man. It's good to see you in the building. My brother Chat Talk Reactions in the building. It's nice to see you, man. Always good to see y'all. Mimi, I'm still trying to figure out who you are. You keep changing your avatar. I don't know if you got an IG, but thank you always for the constant support. Time, man, you always been around, brother. Always. Much love to you, family. It's always good to see you too. All right. Thank y'all for the support. I'm trying to get to everybody if I could see everybody, but if I missed you, man, don't hold it against me. Mel, stay fitted. You know I got love for you, my brother. Willing to win. I always see your support as well too. You know, thank you so much again for the constant support, for the constant donations, man, for keep pushing us. And I believe my brother Rodney, man, it's good to see you as well too. Mano in the building. It's good to see you. If y'all on the IG side and you want to add to the conversation, if you got some smoke, if you got pushback, just come on over to the YouTube side, man, and just ask for the link. All right. Let me see. I think I see some people. I still got to put this on TikTok. It's on Facebook. I'm trying to find a way how I got to get up with Fatty to see how I can put it on TikTok as well too. I got to make sure I push it on TikTok. But again, man, much love for y'all rocking with us. We gonna address the married man versus the single man. And if married, I keep hearing married men say the single man can't speak on a conversation, but the married men, how can they speak on single men if they're not single? If they're not in the market, if they're not dealing with today's current women, if you've been in the game for a while, how can you speak on it? And if you're having a genuine conversation, I want y'all to know, y'all, and that's another thing I'm gonna address as well too. Y'all know Aaron Pierre and Tiana Taylor broke up, right? So remember, Lori Harvey left Michael B. Jordan, and she left her brother Idris.
Tiana, Khadijah, Lenny Carvel, him, her, him, bodies.
And they weren't even together for a year. And again, so many women lie about how loyal they are to men. So many women lie about how much they will submit to a man and cooperate with a man and can't stay with the man. Aaron Pierre is supposed to be the number one guy now, right? Am I wrong? Is he supposed to be the number one guy now? Why didn't Tiana Taylor stay with the brother? If he's the number one dude that women going crazy for, why does she didn't stay with him? And the craziness is seeing how much women are going after him after they break up. And we keep telling y'all, first of all, it's not your girl, it's your turn. And second of all, women don't want the available man. They want the man who not available. These sisters don't want the man who's single. They want your man. Again, they don't want no average guy, no single guy. They coming after your man. And the fact that so many sisters want your man and you still struggle with keeping them, it is crazy. And I don't know, man, if y'all checking the stats out, y'all realize that most relationships end in 2 to 3 years. And then if people are living together, most relationships end between 3 to 5 years. And if people get married, most of those relationships are lasting from anywhere from 8 to 12 years. Just think about that. I had to pull up some more data about it because we gonna conquer this. The first marriage is about 50% of marriages end. And then if you get married again, 60 to 65% of those marriages end. And if you get married a third time, 70% of those marriages end. Just think about that. And the kids, the young people that's dating from 18 to 24, 60 to 70% of those relationships are going in. So while we promoting people to do things the majority of people aren't willing to commit to, and I'm gonna say it's women, it's not the men. I know for a fact you give men 5 women, you give men 4 women, 1 woman, 10 women, most men is staying put. They ain't going nowhere. It's the sisters that's struggling with remaining on the so-called same page, that's remaining committed to these men that they want to be with. Aaron Pierre can't keep his woman either. Y'all, they didn't even make it a year. All right, they didn't even make it a year. Let's watch this right here. Let's just watch the reaction, and then watch the depiction of how many women are going after this man, even though he broke up. These women be pretending like they don't compete for men, but they definitely compete with men. They just don't admit it.
Reports that Tiana Taylor and Aaron Pierre split up over the holidays. They did. That is such a hot couple gone to waste. But here's the part that took me out. Women are already flooding Aaron's comments, trying to get his attention because he posted a very, very fine as hell picture.
And let me tell y'all this. She probably won't Shumpert back, but he's not going to take her back. The women, when they get into a relationship, think about this. When they single, they're doing everything they can to get this man. And when this man starts molding this woman into being the woman that he needs, or she's saying that she's devoted to him and got the responsibility to be with this brother, the man starts making this woman feel uncomfortable for having to actually love a man. And then you know what those women do? They start dealing with another guy if they can't control their feelings, to validate themselves for not being able to do what her man wants. Most of these women don't like these men, but a woman will get under another man to feel good about not doing right to her man. She don't really like this guy. She's just using him to feel better. So if she's willing to deal with this other guy just to feel good about herself, it means she's still not working towards the accountability she needs to stay with the man she's already with. That's all most of these sisters are doing. If they can't stay with the guy that they say that they love, they deal with somebody else to validate them and give them attention for not being able to love the man that say that they love. When they start feeling uncomfortable, when they start not getting their way, when they start having to actually love somebody, it doesn't feel good to them because they got to keep the relationship. You did everything to get this relationship, but you got to keep this man. You got to work for this man, and you got to want to work for this man. You got to want to love to want this man. You got to love to want to do for this man. But a lot of these sisters get extremely uncomfortable when they have to meet the needs of a man. And soon as it gets hard, it don't matter if these women are with Jesus. It don't matter if these women are with Buddha. It don't matter if these women are with the greatest man walking on earth. Soon as she has to have what this man needs, soon as she has to give this man everything that she's supposed to bring to the table, whether it's actually being a wife, whether it's actually being a mother, or a woman actually support the dude that she was desiring, she can't keep up with it. It makes her uncomfortable to have to love somebody else. Ali question, would you graduate from your wife? What does that mean? Oh, is that what Tia Mowry says? She graduated from her husband and now she wants him back. Most of these women try to spin the block and try to get their man back. Oh, I remember time. You ain't say I beat you to it. Tia Mowry didn't have a problem graduating from her husband, but now she wants him back too. Most of these sisters want to spin the block. They trying to circle back, and it's already over. And it's probably men that they loved, but they felt uncomfortable when they had to actually love this person. But it's too late.
Picture of himself. So one comment said, we heard you're single now. You taking any applications? Another said, if you ever need a shoulder to cry on. But I gotta say this, ladies, come on now. It's like sharks smelling blood in the water. All kind of sharks going after this man. Old sharks, young sharks, cougar sharks, male sharks, menopausal sharks, baby mama sharks. Yo, oh my God. Are we that? I'm gonna include myself in it. We that thirsty that we can't even give our sis Tiana a moment. It's only been a week, ladies. What if Tiana wants to reconsider and say, maybe I can give him another shot? Do we have no shame at all? And I see y'all like, girl, I don't care what you're talking about. I'm about to make a comment to Aaron. But the last comment I read, if you need a friend to talk to, Aaron, I'm here. So I looked at her profile, and her name is attorney Simone Redwine. Simone Redwine is an injury attorney. And attorney Simone, I look up to you. I feel you should know better than anybody else the statute of limitations on a breakup. I'm just saying, attorney Redwine, is that even ethical to go after him so fast? Aaron doesn't need an injury attorney because the only thing broken is his heart. I'm in an especially precarious position because I'm friends with Tiana. So I got to wait like a year. I can't say nothing. I can't slip in because all the comments I was thinking the same.
Y'all, these women don't take relationships serious at all, man. They don't take men serious at all. They don't care about these relationships. They don't care about being devoted. They're not even holding to task what this woman was doing with this man. They're not trying to figure out why they broke up. They're not trying to figure out if he was doing the wrong thing, if she was doing the wrong thing, who was living righteous or unrighteous. They really don't care about these relationships. They just want to hit. And they claim we just want to hit. They just want access to these men to say that they got them. They need somebody to give them a notch on the belt to make them feel good about themselves. It's nothing that they're about to do to actually keep these brothers. They don't really love these men. It's too much work to keep a man, yo. It's so easy to please a man, but it's so much work. Ain't it? Ain't it, sisters? Ain't it so hard? We got the shortest list in the world, and the list keeps getting shorter and shorter and shorter, and it's so hard to love a man. Why is it so hard to love a man? They got to make it make sense. Y'all got to make it make sense. I can't see why it's so hard to love a man and stay with a man, be loyal to a man. Just peace and no problems. Just peace and no problems. But watch, let's see what Teyana Taylor says. Let's see what she says.
Let's talk about Aaron Pierre. Now, can I officially say that's your man? Is that, are we allowed to say that? Or are you guys just very...
And remember, I'm showing what she said previously. This is what she said before they break up. Remember, they love their man. These women will do anything that men need. These women will do anything that a man wants, and they'll be forever committed to these men. Because women love so hard, and the only thing they doing wrong is loving the wrong man and giving the best of themselves to the wrong man. They chose wrong. That's all they did.
Friendly. You know, I want to be respectful of what you would like me to say as far as your connection, the chemistry that we see between you two.
I think that this world, this new
yes,
whatever is going on in the world,
yes,
is not gentle and it's crazy.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And you know, I want to try something different where I'm not just like, hey, what's going on? And boom, 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 because people are preying on your downfall. People are preying on the health that you are building. What me and Aaron have, it's very healthy and it's very gentle. It's very soft and it's very kind and it's very sweet and it's very warm. And it's one of the best feelings that I've ever had. And most importantly, it's so safe. You know what I'm saying? And
she said the same thing about Iman Shumpert. Like, if it's so good, how does it end? If it's so safe, how does it end? If he's that good to you, how do you let the man go? If these women really love us more than anything and they finally get the man of their dreams, how does that facade still fail? It doesn't make sense. If this is a man you loved and he was so safe, how did y'all still end this relationship? And I'm telling y'all, they just like the experience. They like the fact that other women like him. They're not really into the man. They're not into his hobbies. They're not into what he sees for his future. They're not into what he wants in his life. They're not about none of that. They just want some time with this man, and then they go to the next person. That's why we say it's not your girl. It's just your turn. And most of us cannot deny that. And the only way they keep saying that men are not loyal is they don't address the fact that a lot of men will cheat because the woman aren't attentive to their man. He's cheating for peace. He's cheating because you can't love him right. He's cheating because most women ain't devoted to their man. Most women aren't supporting and loving on their man. So when men will step out and deal with other women, and y'all say that's messed up, but y'all don't hold these women to task. You don't say these women are unfaithful in relationships and inconsistent in relationships. She broke up with Aaron Pierre, y'all. I thought Aaron Pierre, that's Mufasa. Somebody
lying. Now somebody lying. I don't know who, but I'm telling you, somebody's lying.
Ain't somebody lying.
I don't want us to be robbed of that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Hold on.
I don't want to. I don't want us to be robbed of that. He's so special to me, you know, and I'm filled with so much gratitude to have him in my life. And I'm just so grateful for him and just everything that comes with him, you know, and I want to protect that.
And the comments, y'all got to read the comments. The way she's so effing assertive when she speaks about him and their connection is mesmerizing. She got me feeling like I want to be in love. It's just a feeling they like. That's all it is. It's the feeling. It has nothing to do with the responsibility, whatever, actually having to love somebody and keep up with loving them. All of them just commenting the same thing. She even talks softer. That she's trying to talk softer, but she still sound like a dude. I keep telling y'all, a lot of these women are starting to have boisterous voices. She don't sound like a lady. She sound like she's smoking Newports.
Oh my God.
A lot of these women do not sound feminine, but she lied about this man being special to her. And they're going to keep, oh, Ali, you just judging. They can judge us all day on what we're supposed to do to be a good man and a good leader and what our responsibility is. But as soon as we say, hey, man, look what y'all doing every time y'all get a relationship, there go we judging them. But they can keep judging us and keep holding us to some expectations and standards that they never can meet. And then we'll have the married men and the single men keep boosting these women's egos when we having discussions. It's men pandering on both sides. It's only a few amount of men that'll tell the truth, but I understand. I'll give you grace because you want to have access to women. So since men have to lie to make women happy, most men are lying. And it ain't about the fact they're dealing with a woman, another woman. They just enabling women and making them feel good because if you tell her the truth, she always shutting down and playing the victim. Most of the women in your house are victims.
You're a victim.
She's strong and independent till y'all get in a relationship. She living her best life till y'all get in a relationship. She can do it better all by herself until y'all get in a relationship. Right? Most of them is baddies till y'all get in a relationship. And that's why we keep, every time they break up, they're going to be on that, oh, if you won't do it, this other man will, but we never find out who these dudes are. They never get a better guy than the last ones. And we keep looking for these dudes, but we can't find them.
It's men out here that really won't let you.
All we ever hear is there's men out there.
I'm not even saying that's my
Where he at?
I'm not even saying that's my type. I'm just proving a point.
Where is he at?
Because if I tell him,
where is he at?
I tell the man, okay, my
Where
feet better
is
not
he
touch the
at?
ground, he's gonna make sure my feet don't touch that ground.
Where is he?
Because I'm a queen. In his
Women love to
eyes.
say, yeah, he exists. Where is he at? Where's he at?
Well, I got one.
Where he at?
Where's he at? In this world that we live in, where he at? Out of all the niggas in the world that you know, whether it be a brother, a cousin, or a nigga you fuck with, where's he at?
Listen, the whole point is that don't matter.
If you ask me where she at, I'll start getting in my phone.
We simple.
Where's this nigga at that they talking about? Where's he at?
We don't want him.
Woo!
The Godfather is certified.
Mistake though. It's not just one day.
They don't want them. They don't want those other guys. That's why they not with that dude. That's where he at by himself too, because they don't want him either. The main reason why these relationships aren't working because they don't want the responsibility, y'all. It's too hard. And we keep trying to give them grace. We keep trying to use mental health. We keep trying to use the church. We keep trying to use, they ain't had the daddy or their mama, and they ain't have the best upbringing when they had the same mother and father. So if the man can get it together because life will teach him, why doesn't the woman? She can get everything else. And maybe they so exhausted because they competing with men. Maybe that's why they so tired. Instead of living a feminine life and resting in a soft girl era, maybe they wouldn't be so damn exhausted if they weren't competing with men.
Oh my God.
Maybe if you stop fighting with them for over the leadership of the relationship, who's supposed to do what, which way you supposed to go, what's supposed to happen in the house, outside the house, maybe you wouldn't be so tired. But you too busy fighting the person that you say that you love. That's why you so tired. It ain't that you're tired because you're a mother. It ain't you tired because you have to be a lover. You too busy fighting this man over the leadership of the household and trying to prove to him that you don't need him while trying to run over him. That's why you're tired. And y'all, I wanted to make sure, hold up, before I even get into this, man, I want to show y'all something as well too. Because I want to start sharing all the phenomenal and amazing mothers as well too. That's what we're going to do. I know I showed y'all that woman who was cussing out all their kids, right? I showed y'all that she was cussing out all her kids, ain't no man around. But these sweet women, these beautiful women, these loving women who actually love their men and their kids, they got their man around. Whenever you see a mama who's sweet, who's loving, who's cooking, who's attentive, who's taking care of a home, she got beautiful family that's wrapped around her and the man that's taking care of her. The way that she speaks, the way that she conducts herself, the way her children speak to her. Let me show y'all something, because I'm going to start showing some great mamas too.
For dinner tonight. We decided to take kids out for dinner tonight. So right now Ed is putting the boys in the tub, and I already have all the kids, all 7 of my kids, clothes laid out. So let's go get dressed. Here, go get dressed. Right, go. You okay?
Literally.
Mom. Here, Mabel. Here.
A new jacket.
Where's your socks? Here.
Yay.
No. Here, put this on.
Wow.
Oh.
Hey, Mom, I like these socks.
I'm glad you do.
She ain't cussing out her kids. She ain't fussing out her kids, even when she cooking for them. Let me see something. Let me see something. Let's see right here. Look.
Tonight I cooked salmon bites, asparagus, and rice. Now I made some sauce for the salmon bites. Excuse me, Khalil. Thank you. I made some sauce for the salmon bites, but it didn't turn out that well. But the salmon has great flavor, so it's gonna make up for it.
Mama, what's in there?
That's the sauce I figured.
Where are you gonna put the sauce on, Mom? Rice.
Go bless. Go get your plate.
Look at this mama, man. Look how she dressed. Look how she speak to her kids. Look how she conducts herself. Right? It's a huge difference. It's a very huge difference than a man coming into a household and somebody trying to argue with him all the time. And then make a joke about it. Like this right here, they're trying to make a joke about it, but this is what usually happens to men inside of a household.
Again, you could easily put him in the room, but right now you want to leave him there?
Okay.
Oh, what? What?
It's okay. I'll just take him. Don't worry about it. I'll take him. What? You wanted to argue? You in the mood to fight today? Is that what it is? All right, just go and come back. I got you.
Again, really? You really gonna leave your shoes there? You couldn't put them where they
No,
belong.
but you can easily just pick it up. You can pick it up right now.
Like this stuff ain't funny no more. It's not funny no more. It's no it giggles. It's not no hee ha ha. Why do you spend so much time to exert that type of energy towards someone you love? There's nothing my family, my women, my children, the things just in the normalcy, the things they do that they can do to inconvenience me outside of deliberately doing something to hurt somebody, which most of my family doesn't do or my children wouldn't do. They may inconvenience me sometimes if they're doing certain things that they're not supposed to do as kids, but my recovery rate is extremely fast. Or I see they just being children, they being kids. My kids don't hit, they don't kick, they don't spit. Sometimes they just do things being toddlers. They being a kid. How do you get inconvenienced by the people that you love if your woman dropped or misplaced something, or she happened and didn't pick up something, and you could pick up right behind her? If you drop your drawers like Mont was talking about, or you used up too much of the toilet paper or paper towel, just replace it. If you love the person, what's the big deal? It's amazing to me the amount of time that the sisters will take to be upset at the man that they say that they love. If he's such a good man, if he's such a kind man, if he's such a supportive man, how can the little small things bother you? Especially when y'all know a lot of brothers, man, they be having a lot of things going on. Sometimes they forget stuff, and they can be irresponsible sometimes when they forget something, not when they purposely irresponsible. If they're not paying bills, if they're not taking care of their households, that's completely different things. But little minor things like leaving your shoes around the house, leaving your clothes around the house, that should be something that should be easy for a woman to take care of. Because you're going to fill up her gas tank. You're going to get her nails done. You're going to be taking care of the bills or paying majority of the bills. You're going to be taking her out to eat when y'all eating. You're going to be spending typically when you go out. Men are financing and supporting most of the bills. Why is it so hard and so difficult for sisters to support their men and love their men? Little minor things. All the things that men do for their woman, and women are complaining about shoes being left. It's crazy. It is very difficult for you to, if I love you, if I support you, if I see you as a good human being and I care for you, it's very difficult for you to inconvenience me unless that's what you're purposely doing. But it comes with the territory. She may need her car fixed. She may need her tires changed. You may need to change the bulb. You may need to fix something in the house. You may need to get somebody to fix something in the house. You may need to get some updates. You may need to do some renovations. That's not a big deal. Why is it so hard for women to do the little small things for a man? And it becomes upsetting to her. Like, this is real life. Ladies, can y'all tell me what is it? Why is it so hard for a man, if he leaves something around the house, for you to put it up for him, especially if he's a good man? If he uses up all the toilet paper, why you can't just put the toilet paper there? And you're going to say he did it. Why? What is so hard of helping him if he's really a great man and helping you? It's going to be hard for y'all to answer that, right? Because you're probably doing that in your own household. This man is taking care of you. This man is loving you. He'd do anything for you. He'll die for you, and you can barely live for him. It's mainly a one-way street. It's mostly him doing for you and you not doing for him. It's so many selfish women, y'all. So many selfish women. Much love to the sponsor of the show with the super chat. Much love to you, my brother. Let me see something. With the $5 super chat. The first super chat for the Pro Anti-Black Narrative Fund, and another $5 for the collection plate. My brother 30K is the sponsor of the show with $10.
We just got $10, kinfolk. You know what that means, right? We back on our feet again. I ain't gonna hold you. Support the healing people.
And don't forget, y'all, we gonna have Lady First at 5 o'clock today. All right. We're gonna take this live all the way there. We're gonna have Ladies First at 5 o'clock. Try to give you 2 bangers. All right. But again, when you start walking this stuff down and you see the type of woman that most of us are dealing with, it still doesn't make sense that the women can't keep their man, because the man is typically overcompensating and doing more for the woman. And then when you seeing how she treating her kids, you get to see why she can't keep a man. The reflection of how a woman treats you is a direct reflection of who she is. The way a woman treats her kids is the same way she treats the man in her house. And a lot of women are performative. They'll do right by everybody but the man inside of their house. When they step out the house, they'll perform and make it seem like everything's all good and make it seem like they're the woman of the year. But in private, her true character is the way she treats the people that she supposedly loves. The way she treats her man and the way she treats her children. That's the true sign and character of who these women are. You can tell, like that lady, the one with her kids, cooking for them, loving on them, speaking kind to them, not disrespecting them. Y'all saw that the other lady, the Filipino lady that's trying to, I guess, mimic the worst version of a woman, doing the worst to her kids. They're not even reporting her. She got over 500,000 people following her to disrespect her children. like they living through her. Like they can't wait to watch her cuss out her kids. They can't watch her wait till she disrespect her kids. What's going on, my brother, the real Stacey Prince? You know I'm trying to come over there. I'm gonna try to make it over there today if you're doing the show, by the way. For the consistency. Keep grinding. Much love to you, my brother, with the $10 super chat. Now we got two sponsors of the show, the legendary, the real Stacey Prince, and my brother, 30K.
We just got $10, kinfolk. You know what that means, right? We back on our feet again. I ain't gonna hold you. Support the healing people.
But let me know if I'm making that up. Let me know, brothers, if you haven't. The men keep coming on these panels with ego, bragging about all the things they do for their woman. I mean, they buying her everything, buying her the most expensive stuff. She's always shopping. He always taking her on dates. They going on trips, getting her massages, getting her nails done. Then you ask, hey, man, what's she doing for you? What you mean, what's she doing for me, man? What you mean? She a woman. She motivating me. She inspiring me. She talk to me. She there for me. And man, what else she do? Like, what's the tangibles? Like, what she got to do? She ain't got to do nothing for me. Just be a woman. And then we wonder why these relationships are ending. I told y'all before, most relationships end in 2 to 3 years. If they get past 5 years, most relationships will typically end in between 8 to 12 years. If the people don't, if they get to 5 years, it'll end if they don't get married by the time they get to 5 years. So most relationships end in 2 to 3 years. If they're cohabitating, most relationships end in 5 years if they don't get married. And if they get married, most relationships are ending between 8 to 12 years. And y'all know from the stats that we sharing with y'all, most of those divorces and breakups are initiated by women. They can't stay in a relationship. It gets too hard. It is too hard to love. Men are asking for women. Women are asking for more from men without reciprocating the love that they need. Prove me wrong. And then you got brothers fighting about it. And that's what we're going to review. We're going to see a married brother's perspective that's coaching men to get married. And then we got a single man's perspective who was in a relationship, but he ended up getting caught up in a relationship as well, too. And he's back single again, promoting women to get in relationships by telling them to have most standards and expectations, but he don't put no expectations or standards for what man need. The man is just always wrong. The man is always toxic. That man is always manipulative. The man's always playing games. We live in a market where a majority of women are always lying to men, setting up false pretense and expectations and standards for men, but the men are supposed to tell the women the truth while they getting lied to. How you gonna ask me to tell you the truth? Y'all can't even answer yes or no questions. Y'all can't even tell us your body count. You can't even tell us how much you weigh. You lie about your height. You getting breast implants, BBLs, tummy tucks, mommy makeovers. You doing everything to pretend you something you not. You putting filters all over your social media. You're not nobody that you claim to be. Everything that you showing me is not the real you. At least the men are the real them typically, but typically what you presenting to us and showing us is not the real you. You a whole made up character, a whole avatar. Stop asking brothers to tell you the truth if everything about you is a lie. And then when they get in a relationship with you as well, too, everything in that relationship is a lie as well, too. Making up whole relationships, making up whole characters and identities that don't even really exist. Oh, yeah, crazy makeup, crazy amount of makeup. Your face don't look like that. And that's why we say women are the biggest liars. That's why we say that.
Who's the biggest liars? Women the biggest liars.
Biggest lie. Look at you. All of you. You lie. You a fucking liar. You. You a liar. You a liar. You're all liars. All of you fucking liars. Masters of the lie. The visual lie. Look at you. You got on heels. You ain't that tall. You got on makeup. Your face don't look like that. You got a weave. Your hair ain't that long. You got a Wonder Bra and your titties ain't that big. Everything about you is a lie, and you expect me to tell the truth. Fuck you.
We got to make it up. And then when the sisters do go to church, they claiming to be good women at church, right? They still claiming to be good women at church, right? They supposed to be good women at church. They twerking at church. Look at this. She twerking in church and thinking it's cute while somebody's videotaping as well too. There's no boundaries. There's no shame. Even in church, man, the way women dressing in church, they dressing like they outside. They still dressing like corn stars in the church. But we already said it before.
If Jesus can't save these hoes, why are you trying? What make you think you greater than Jesus, nigga?
If she don't change her attire outside the church. She don't change her attire when she was single. She don't change her attire when she's around babies. She ain't about to change her attire when she get in church as well too. We just know that it's her final form.
A hoe's final form is a religious woman.
That's not true. Hey, wait a minute.
And then they be claiming that man ain't righteous. They be claiming men are ungodly. We ain't doing that kind of stuff in the church. We can't even do no kind of stuff like that in the church. But what would God think about you twerking in the church? What would God think about you shaking your behind in the church? What would Jesus do? You had the pastor's wife dressing however she wanted to dress. And now you got women all, and you've been having women. It just don't come to light because we're not supposed to judge while you participating in a religion where you're supposed to judge. Hey, somebody says she churching and twerking. She churching and twerking. Jesus, boy. Jesus. We calling on Jesus. We calling on God. My grandma used to tell me, boy, don't be using God's name in vain. Don't you be using God's name in vain. I learned real fast not to use God's name in vain. And that's all majority of what's happening in society is women using God's name in vain. Everything you do, you pretend like God's supporting you do it. Everything you do, you pretending like God is going to help you through it. Everything you do it, he's supposed to help you through it. You could make all these bad decisions and man's supposed to come save you every single time, but then you don't need a man. You don't respect a man. You can care less for a man, and men are the ones who toxic. But they trying to change men. And when they say they trying to change men, they trying to get men to stop being traditional. They trying to get men to stop asking about or talking about the way you talk, the way that you walk, the way that you dress, the way that you conduct yourself. And the funny thing is, again, you give these women a man, you give these women kids, they gonna shut down and cry about the very thing they was praying for from God. Everything you were asking for and praying for, now you crying about it.
The fact that motherfuckers wait till you literally down bad, crashing out, literally, like, to act like they give a fuck about your ass. Like, motherfucker don't give a fuck literally until your ass dead in the casket. Literally, like, and then it's the fact that when I do that, I swear to God, I don't want no fucking funeral. I don't want no fake ass motherfuckers sitting around lying about how they love my ass. For the whole time I was living, I'm struggling. I'm struggling. I can't call nobody.
I thought y'all was strong and independent. I thought y'all was strong and independent, man. I thought y'all didn't need nobody. You don't need your family. You don't need no friends. You don't need no man. You don't need nobody. But they keep catching yourselves on video crying and complaining about not having a man or not having no help. The problem is you don't want to be thankful for the help. You don't want to reciprocate for the help. You don't want to give anything to anybody for the help. You don't want to love nobody for help. You just expect everything to give the bare minimum and to give nothing back. How you complaining about not getting no help and no love, and you don't help and love nobody? Y'all, it's endless videos. I was about to put a compilation of women crying and complaining about the very thing they was praying for. The very thing they never had in their life. They cry. These women come here and say they traumatized. They never had a father. They never had a mother. They never had a family. They never had nobody there for them. They never had friends. They never had nobody believe in them. And when they finally get all those things that they were asking for, they resent it and they regret it because they have to finally love somebody else as well too. They have to be responsible for somebody else as well too. Imagine men asking for a righteous woman, for a praying woman, for a loving woman, for a caring woman, for a nurturing woman, for a loving woman, for a woman that make love to you, the woman that take care of you, and then you resent it and complain about it and run away from it because you don't want to take care of it. You don't want to do for your kids. You don't want to do for a woman. You don't want to be responsible. You don't want all the things that you prayed for, and now you complain about how good women are. You start saying these women are controlling. That's all they're doing. These women are controlling now because they're expecting men to be good men for what they ask for. That's what they flipping in reverse, y'all. They projecting. They telling men they're controlling because men are expecting them to be wives. They're telling men they're controlling because they're expecting them to be good mothers. They telling men that they're controlling because women are being expected to have a responsibility towards having to love them. So imagine men getting all these women in the world that's phenomenal women, and they start complaining about women being controlling because you got to be a good man. Soon as they get a good man,
Me personally, I would just rather make more money. Like if I'm dating a man, or if I'm especially, I don't want to, I'm sorry. But I don't want to live with a man. Like, for real. Like, I just want to, like, I feel like marriage, this is my unasked for opinion, but I'm going to say it. Like, once I put that ring on, it's like suffocating. Now I have to see you every day. And I get family, I get all this bullshit. But I don't really feel like that spark and like, oh my God, I'm looking at you and we're in love. Like, no, you're taking up all the space. You're on the fucking bed. You fucking stink. Like, I don't like you anymore. Like, I liked you more when we were just boyfriend and girlfriend. You got your own home, I got my own home, and I see you every now and then. But now I have to be with you. Like, now I have to take care of you. Now I have to, like, it's like change. Just like it's not even fun anymore. It's not. Where's the thrill? Where's the passion? Where's all this shit? Like, it's not fun anymore.
We say it take a village to raise a child, but what if the village is retarded?
Y'all can't. It's countless videos of women just complaining about having to love a man and live with a man, just living with him, having to listen, watch him breathe, having to cook, having to take care of a home. Men are just complaining about not being valued and respected. That's what they're complaining about. They're asking women to be women, and women are asking men or telling men that they're toxic for having expectations and standards and being men. They're toxic for being men. Women, these are the type of women men want to, the women want to be with. Let me show you the type of men women want to be with in today's time. All right. You got the same type of brothers that they lost. These are the type of brothers they want to be with. Let me see if I can find I want y'all to see this video. I want y'all to see this. I want y'all to see this. Look at this. These are the type of relationships that's forming because women are emasculating men and women want to be with men that they can control. As long as they can control them, they'll be with them. But even when they be with them and can control them, they'll resent them and regret them. They don't want to be with them anymore. But this is the type of brothers they pushing for.
Look, yo, look, you ready?
You got your son.
She ain't really want to kiss that man. Let me show you this. This is the main part I wanted y'all to see. Hold on. That's not the main thing I wanted y'all to see. I wanted y'all to see this part. Let's X that out. I want y'all to see this part. All the identity issues these kids are raised by are broken. And I ain't saying broken no more, bad women. We ain't doing the broken woman rhetoric no more. These kids are raised by horrible women. These kids are raised by women who don't want to be mothers and don't demand and mandate that a father is there and work for the father to be there. They can get cash apps. They can get OnlyFans. They can start that up. They can get men to fix their cars. They can get men to come through and run through them. They can get men to finance the things that they want that have nothing to do with a family. They can get flown out to Dubai and get pooped on. They can get men to finance everything and anything but actually being a father for their children. And then you wonder how kids like this are raised. It's not men raising kids like this. It's not men raising these kids with identity issues. It's not the men who are enabling and supporting identity crises and men and women not being men and women and then starting to enable them and praising them for living the wrong way. It's not men doing that.
I want to be heterosexual. I want to be. It's just, my brother is bald head, y'all. Like, he don't have no hair. So, like, I'm trying. Y'all think I don't want to be straight? I want to be heterosexual. I want to be. It's just, my brother is bald head, y'all. Like, he don't have no hair.
And so many people are their accessories. He got lipstick on. He got the nose ring and whatever that thing. I don't even know what they call it. A lot of people that got that thing right here, most women, and you know a man, if he got it, he got mental health issue too. Most women that got that thing right here, what do y'all call this right here? What's that ring that you put right there? If you see a woman that got that ring earring right there, typically, or that ring, a lot of them are struggling with mental health issues. You need to run from them women. And like I say, it's most. It might be a minority of women who may be normal, but most people that get that ring, right, that septum, whatever you call it, they usually got mental problems. There's a lot going on with those people mentally, and you need to run straight away from them. Yes, the spectrum ring or septum ring, whatever ring. My man got a lip ring on his lip. He got a ring on his nose. And the funny thing is, when we sit here and start talking about brothers like this too, or sisters like this, people will say, hey, Ali, stop judging them. Why y'all judging them? Why are men always being so judgmental? But they'll support them. They'll support the gay man. They'll support the trans man. They'll support the fat man and the fat woman. Well, not really the fat man, but they'll support everything but an actual man. They'll support everything but an actual man. Prove me wrong. No, a traditional house, a traditional house, a traditional man who wants a traditional woman, that's going to get a lot of pushback. Now, we don't want no regular families. We need people who got identity issues inside of these houses, and we need women who's running men inside of these houses, and we need relationships that never gonna work. But everybody get to have an identity, they get to have a voice, and they get to always have freedom. They always got 1 foot inside and 1 foot outside, and they can do whatever they want to do, except for the man. He still got to finance that lifestyle. He still got to support that family. He still got to support that young boy, that young girl, and that woman who don't listen. He got to still keep paying for it. Again, y'all, much love to the 100 people in the building. We gonna start the show at 5 o'clock. The ladies' first show will be starting at 5 o'clock, y'all. Please hit the super chat. Please hit the Cash App and make sure you help us get our membership goals, y'all.
Like the video, hit subscribe, and show love to Ali at $Ilkan.
So let's get to the married brothers, all right, and the single brothers. All right, that's what we're gonna get to. Let's I want y'all to pay attention to the levels people will go to deny and discredit another man from his perspective, while that same man shares a similar perspective. I support any perspectives where you can explain to me and walk down how you got that idea or came to that conclusion. But when you talking and it's just a discredit to somebody, you just talking. You're not telling me why you feel this way logically, with substantial evidence or reasoning of why this person came to this conclusion. Then I think you're just talking. All right, let's see what these brothers, let's see. Let me go. That's what I'm gonna go. I'm gonna start out right. Let me see. I'm gonna start the conversation kind of similar to where they were talking, because I wanted it at one point, but we're gonna start it right here. Nope, not right there. I want him right here. Ah, there we go. That's what I want right here.
Out of a relationship, how do you transition from?
Well, that's all that is. And to be honest with you, you have to get to the place to where you can say that's none of your business and not be afraid, because you are an adult and you're talking to an adult, and he would tell you what's not any of your business. So if you don't know any other way to say it, just be direct. Just say, hey, this is something that I'm not ready to do. I don't know when I'll be ready to do it. I don't know who I'll be ready for, but I'll know them when I see them. So just be very real and direct. And the reason why you should not say you're waiting until marriage is because you don't know. Because with the right music, with the right wine, with the right event, with the right conversation, you don't know what your body is going to feel. And you don't know if you can abstain or withhold that pressure. And so if you are dealing with a player and he's coming at you in that way, and you say, I'm waiting until marriage, and then he unleashes every trick in the book on you, and then you sleep with him, now he has lost respect for you, because he will look at what you said as a game. He'll say, oh, you were trying to say that to look classy, but you knew you were not waiting. And I just proved to myself that y'all Christians are hypocrites and liars. So never say a promise. It's okay to say, I'm not ready, and to stand on that.
There you go. There you go. Straight from TG. And as a matter of fact, what we're going to do here, because it looks like we actually we actually put one of the wrong links out. So we're actually re-putting the link out for you ladies, because some of y'all are actually in the wrong room. So check this out, y'all. We're getting this video together. We're getting this video right. So y'all just be patient here with us. But this is going to be a plot twist for the night. And TG, if this is okay with you, I want to actually do this, because you never know who's watching the show. And it's actually interesting here that I actually have on here the brother Ace Metaphor actually just entered
the chat.
It just entered the video.
That's crazy.
And I think he wants to actually respond on his perspective, because the brother is literally in here backstage right now.
Wow.
As I'm taking video calls. Now, if that's okay, do you mind me bringing up Ace to let him say his point?
Oh my.
Ace. So I'm actually about to bring Ace up here to the forefront. And
what's going on?
Ace,
Yo,
what is popping with you, Ace? We got Ace and TV live in effect. What's up, Ace?
Hey, you know when you got to go to the basement and turn on the studio lights and say, "What's up, man? What's going on?"
Wow.
Hey,
Tony,
yo,
nice to meet you officially.
Everybody knows this setup right here, Ace.
Yes, sir. How y'all been, brothers?
Good, man.
We
Good.
blessed.
Yeah, glad you joining us, man. Look, glad you got the production set up too.
And
Got that lighting going.
Yeah, and see the thing about it is, Ace, I'm actually it's interesting that you came up here. Shout out for you being on the Harley initiated video right now. Obviously, you know, Tony has made the way he feels in his stance clear about making sure that people are able to get the best guidance possible from the coaches and the experts in the space. And your platform actually was one that was mentioned. So what's your take and what's your perspective on what was stated?
So
And first, did you hear what was stated?
Yeah, I rewatched it. You know, everybody, internet is funny. They tag you real fast. So here's the thing. I respectfully disagree with my brother there. And the reason why I disagree is because there are all sorts of people from all sorts of walks of life. While I understand your perspective as a married man, brother, and this is also tagged along to the Instagram post that you guys made a couple of weeks ago. While I do understand your perspective, there are so many people right now struggling with dating, getting in and out of situationships, relationships, getting their heart broken. And even then I can say to you, brother, that maybe you're out of touch there. You know what I'm saying? So there are people that I bring on my panel that have walked and touched all different parts of life. This woman may be able to speak to this particular experience. This man may be able to speak to that particular experience. And that might reach somebody in that audience a little bit differently than you can. It doesn't mean that it's better, worse, or indifferent. It just means there are different perspectives. To think that all human beings are monolithic, that our walks of life all take the same course and the same path, and that there's one set of advice to give to all different people, to me seems out of touch, and it disqualifies a lot of people's personal experiences. One of the things I want to correct real quick that I heard that was spoken, now that we know the name is on there, like, we do have married people on our panel. That was the most confusing part about the whole thing. There are married people and there are actual relationship coaches and professionals that we bring. We have had therapists, we have had life coaches, we have had mentors, we have had people that are actively in the community be regular parts of our discussions. And so I just felt like it was a little bit of misinformation, and it comes from not actually, observing what we got going on. I observe what you have going on, but let me ask you this. What is the purpose of dating? It depends on who you asking.
My purpose, if you ask me specifically, in the scope of society, in the scope of family, what is the purpose of dating?
For some people, for a large percentage of the people, the scope of dating, if you're being intentional, is to find a husband or wife.
Correct. So,
but let me ask you this question, a follow-up question. Is that the reason why everyone dates?
Is that the reason
why everybody dates? Is that the reason?
But what I'm saying is, we shouldn't promote what the devil doing. We shouldn't promote what is disadvantageous. So if someone is dating for sex, if someone is dating for fun, us as people with a platform should be promoting what is going to benefit society, not what is going to confuse society. So Albert Einstein said you cannot solve a problem from the same level it was created. So having people who are dating, talking to people who are dating, someone who's dating can't help someone who's dating, because the goal of dating is marriage. So a married person can tell someone who is dating, this is what you need to look out for while you're dating.
And he's absolutely wrong. They both. So one person can't admit the fact, he admitted it, but then he's saying there's different reasons for dating, right? Ace Metaphor, we already know, perpetually gaslights women to make them think that everything is a man's fault without setting no expectations and standards for what a woman has to do to get with a man. Then my brother here, is saying that people should get married, and then says that people who are dating can't talk about marriage except for the person who's married. When the person who's supposed to talk about marriage are the two people who are dating, and the reason for dating each other should be about getting married, but this is a whole different market in 2026. If the incentive for marriage is no longer working to keep people together and is destroying people more than helping them, and they're not staying together because the fabrics of marriage and society aren't incentivizing people to stay together, why are we promoting something that's still broken? And then why are you telling people if they're not married, they can't speak on marriage? It's just a cliche thing to say from a man to look down on men who not married and to discredit a man who may give advice to people on how to have a healthy relationship. You got to be a certain type of individual first before you can even date. You got to know the responsibility it is to not only another person or yourself as well too. Do you know how to upkeep yourself? Do you respect and value yourself in order to value and respect another person? And then do you actually know gender roles and your responsibility on what it is when you're a man or a woman and your responsibility to another person? So men are supposed to definitely speak on marriage if they're single, because they're the ones looking for wives. They have to work to become men so that a woman can choose them to want to be a wife to him, because we give out marriage. So I agree with certain aspects of what they're saying, but then I disagree with what they're saying and what it seems that their intent looks like. Like if your intent is for people to get married, then we need to discuss the pros and cons of marriage, and we need to discuss what needs to be changed so that people stay married.
This is what you need to check off. This is what you need.
When the
to
last
make
time
sure
you've been actively dating multiple people? When the last time you actively been dating? Like not your wife, but you've been in a dating market?
That's a good question.
This is what you have to understand.
No, so it's the question. You asked me a very direct question. I gave you an answer.
I'm answering you. I'm
okay,
answering
go
you
ahead.
now. Dating is principle based. It doesn't matter if it's 2023 or 1903. A relationship is based on principles, not the culture, not the trend, not the fad. Love does not change. Love stays the same because God is love and God does not change. Love is not contingent upon strip clubs and pornography and Instagram and social media. So the same way that my wife and I dated is the same way that people who will have a healthy marriage date today. But what you're trying to say is that we should date differently today because it's 2023. And that's not true, because a relationship is based on principles. So
Now,
what I'm
is that
teaching,
before you go forward, let me say this. I want to be very clear here.
What's going on, my brother Stacey Prince, man? What's going on? Why is not? Oh, there you go. What's going on, my brother? How that thing going?
Oh man, you know my life is amazing, bro. Life is amazing. How you feeling, man?
Man, I'm trying to do life is amazing toward this way as well, too, my brother. I'm trying to keep progress and take care of family and take care of business, my brother. How long you been watching?
Probably about an hour, something like that.
But what you think about the two different perspectives that the brothers are giving?
I didn't check out so much as what they were talking about, but I came in when you were talking about, you know, the aspect of the women where, you know what I mean, kind of nothing's ever enough, you know, the brother that, you know what I mean, where she wanted to start an argument and things like that. I came in on those aspects.
Okay. What you thought about that part?
I think it is what it is, man. I think, you know, man, I think this dating thing is so easy, man. It's just so easy, man. If we just tell the truth, you know what I'm saying? Listen, women have an insatiable appetite. It will never be filled, but they don't know it. They don't know why they keep asking for more. They don't know why they keep wanting more. And they don't know what it's doing to the significant others. They don't know what it's doing to the homes. Like, I remember I told somebody that Floyd Mayweather, he's going to be in trouble. I kept telling them this, you know what I mean? And they're like, nigga, Floyd got da-da-da-da-da. Man, nobody can keep taking. In Floyd's case, spending, but in women's case, you can't keep on getting resources from wherever you're getting them from without them ever running out. You can't do it.
Right.
You know, and I think that's what's happening, even as it pertains to love, man. Like, I think the bad thing that we're seeing is take, but without even a hint of give back. You know what I mean? Like, I like these house shoes. I bet you my baby would love these house shoes. There's none of that. You know what I'm saying?
But I think we got to get to a place and know Stacey Prince, they know what they're doing. They know you just gave them $10 and they didn't give you nothing. They know you just gave them $1,000. They didn't give you nothing. They know you just took them out to a fancy place. You just took them out the state or out the city and took them to a nice little location so y'all can have a nice getaway. They know you just got their nails done. They know you just filled up their gas tank. They know you just changed their tire, and all they bringing to you is Do you need anything? Are you okay? That's it. There's no responsibility. Like there's nothing, like they don't have to think about how they should take care of you. They don't have to think about what it is that's actually missing in your life, or what part they need to play so that they don't lose you. They don't care about keeping you. Look, Tiana Taylor just broke up with Aaron Pierre. They ain't even make it a whole
Hold
year.
on, bro. Whoa. She was in a relationship already?
So you know she broke up with Iman Shumpert, but she was with Aaron Pierre, or she was trying to keep from putting a label on it. Then they ended up having a little label on it, and now they just broke up.
Bro, she was in a relationship after Iman already?
You didn't know about Aaron Pierre? No. She was putting him in all her music videos and stuff. She was doing him just like Russell Wilson let Sierra do him. They just be wearing and dressing in any kind of way. They be showing their body is off any kind of way. And then you know those relationships typically not going to last. I guess Russell Wilson, we'll see what happened after his NFL career is over, because it looked like it's over. But they're not keeping their men. Like Sierra and Russell Wilson seem like they might end up working out. Maybe this is the rare woman and the rare man where she get to keep doing what she does, and he enables it and accepts it, and they keep having kids, and it works. But for the rest of everybody else, Lori Harvey left Michael B. Jordan. Tiana Taylor just left Aaron Pierre. Leonardo DiCaprio, Shamar Moore, all these men, they can't keep their women. They don't want to be kept. And it ain't the fact that they can't get these men. They don't want to do what it takes to keep them.
I agree 1,000%.
You know, let's watch these. Let's see how these two turn out.
Specifically, I said people are not monolithic. Right now, you're bringing in God, devil, the Bible, and those are your particular principles. And I respect that, brother. I grew up religious too. I respect what you're saying. Dating, the main purpose of dating, it should be to find a mate. People shouldn't have sex before marriage. From the biblical perspective, I understand your perspective, brother, but I'm not going to dismiss your perspective simply because it doesn't align with mine or this person's or that person. I think the particular problem isn't me saying that your
so this brother right here, there's got to be one day where we get on a debate with him, and without him just monologuing. This man ridicules men every single day.
Oh, you talking about Ace Metaphor?
Ace Metaphor.
Listen, man.
This man disrespects brothers, criticizes brothers, shames brothers, gaslight women every day to look down on men because they can't get from men what they want, but then telling him that people should be able to date how they want to date and nobody's a monolith. Right. While you're promoting men to not be able to do what they want, while you telling women they should expect what they want from other men. So they can have high expectations and standards up to the universe, but the man is just supposed to take it. Being a real man is supposed to just take it and do whatever these women want. But he don't tell these same women to keep these men what they need to do and the expectations and standards these men have for the men that these women want.
Right.
So how is it a monolith if you shaming men every single day? You should be like, hey, that's all those brothers wanted. Did you ask them if that's all they wanted? And if they lied to you, is it because they can't tell the truth to you? Because most women make it very difficult, my brother Stacey Prince, to tell them the truth. I don't care what nobody say. And I ain't talking about, we gonna stop talking about it's just the women. It's the fact that if that man is not happy and if he's miserable, that woman will shut down and play a victim when he tells her the truth.
Yep.
You know, much love to my brother Young Jay for becoming the sponsor of the show with $50. Much love to you, my brother. Salute. Love the smoke shows. Salute to you and Fatty. Much respect, man. Much love to you, my brother, for the $50 donation.
Thank you for the $50. Now I'm fresh to death.
Much love to you, my brother Young Jay. Let me make sure I put you in there, y'all. We just need $30 more in the Cash App, and we need our super chat, and we need our Cash App and membership goals met, y'all. We ain't even got one membership yet, y'all. Make sure y'all help us get our membership goals. Let me put the sponsor of the show. But yeah, they know Stacey, my brother. They know that lady when I was on your show, she knew she was interrupting me. She knew she was trying to talk over me. She knew she was trying to control the conversation with two strong-minded men speaking, but she's able to submit and cooperate with a man.
But listen, tell me what you think about this, brother. I want you to think about this, man. What I have come to understand, brother, like, let me say this correctly. Me, myself, personally, from my experience, you know, with women, you know, when you on an intimate level, I'm cool. I've got no complaints, right?
Right.
But what I'm coming to understand, brother, they think that thing is 10 times more. They think that thing will pay for you being able to touch their body. They think that thing will pay for the dinner dates. They think that will pay for the car note you just look. Brother, that's what they think that they're reciprocating with, man. I'm telling you right now. They really think that that thing, giving you access to that, reciprocated everything that you've done for them. They believe that it's an honor that you get that. But I've had to tell women before, I mean, you know what I mean? You was enjoying just as much as I was. I don't know what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? But they don't look at it like that, brother. They don't look at that like that's an equal exchange. They really believe that if I be giving him my body, that's it.
But if they were consistent with it, then they won't be like, hey, Stacey, is that all you want? Why you keep asking for it all the time? They don't even want to do the equal exchange.
You
They don't
ain't
even
lying, bro.
Come on, my brother. Come on, y'all. They can't even stand on that, my brother. If it's not even really the equal exchanges, we both gave consent to each other. We both had sex. But now that you over catering to this woman and give it everything she wants, she's still not giving it up consistently. She weaponizing against you. And now you just not getting it. You got to over cater and do everything she's asking. You ain't even getting it no more. That's how these relationships, Stacey, that's how most of these relationships end. Man might got 3 things on his list. That sex might be the only thing he get. And then she start weaponizing that as well too.
Right.
He don't even get that.
But
They know hey, my brother, they know they trash in the dating market, man. They know they garbage people in the dating market because they talk about each other. You ever be around a woman and they talking about each other and gossiping about each other, they'll talk about them being each other being trash. She ain't ish anyway. My mama ain't ish anyway. My family ain't ish anyway. Until it's time to point out that they ain't ish either, but they don't want to hear that. They don't want to change their behaviors. They don't think they got to do nothing about their own behaviors, but they identify that most of these women ain't no good. You know, when I pulled up the video, of Aaron Pierre and Tiana Taylor breaking up, women was already in that man's inbox. Women were already commenting against that man. They compete with each other every single day to get in that spot and do that man dirty and not do right by that man. They fighting hard just to say that they got this guy to just do nothing for him at all.
Listen, let me ask you what you think about this, man. I've been like I test simulated models, and man, when I'm not on the show, bro, I'm tearing. The research that I do is like man, it's just what I do. It's just what I do, man, right? And what I'm coming to understand is, man, I did a show that was specifically addressing the nature of a woman. Now, when we start talking about that nature, we talking about a whole different thing that even she can't control. The Bible is littered with cautionary tales about a woman's nature, man, right? It's littered with them. Be careful. It says things like she sits at the town gates waiting for the men to come through that she may seduce them, right? You know, the Bible has a lot of passages that allows you to understand what we're seeing today. But my thing is this. I believe, I don't care. I'm going to say it.
I don't care. I'm going to say it.
Oh, my God.
I believe that a woman who has never been under the leadership of a man for any significant period of time, a woman who is not currently under the leadership of a man, or a woman who does not at the bare minimum know the significance and the importance of being under the leadership of a man is of no significant purpose on this planet. She can only get in trouble. She can only get in trouble because what my definition of a good woman is, that seed is in all of them. But a good woman to me is a woman who can either manage and regulate that nature when that thing starts rising, or she gives her man authority to do it, because that thing's going to rise. It's going to rise. And a lot of times when that nature rises, brother, these women will destroy a 10-person family.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, man. You're absolutely right. It's like they're envious of trying to be men because they can't be men, but they're trying to do the things that we do, but they're not looking at the reasons why we do what we do or the positive outlooks of why we do what we do. So imagine me just wanting to be outside. Imagine me just want to go to strip club. Imagine me just want to be with the homeboys. Imagine me. I don't need no hoe. All I want is hoes. I don't need no family. I don't need no wife. A lot of men wouldn't respect that type of guy unless that was his response to the current behavior of women today. Because most of these women move like that.
Right.
But now the women are trying to move just like that type of man that they either they looking for or they claiming broke them or they were trying to compete with.
I agree.
You know, they don't want to assume any responsibility to what they're supposed to love or be with, but they're actually envious of a man. And a lot of women are upset because they can't love like a man. They ain't got peace like a man. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
And they end up being envious. And I was talking about this before you got on here, my brother. A lot of women are so drained and tired and wore out because they try to compete so hard with a man to take over the leadership role. That's why you so what they ain't being tired trying to be a good woman or a mother. They tired trying to take control of the leadership and competing with this man all day, trying to go through his phone, trying to figure out what he's doing, and trying to take and dominate over the relationship. That's why she's so tired.
Well, you got to understand this, bro. Now we're gonna talk from the perspective of men, even human beings. Period. And I'm going to send this to you. I'm going to send this to you. I'm shocked that I haven't sent it to you. The editor, a former editor of Cosmopolitan magazine, man, she was about to become a devout Catholic, but she had to get this off her heart, man. She talks about how Cosmopolitan magazine sold the Sex and the City lifestyle to women because people were paying them to push that to women so that they could bolster up the American economy and become hyper spenders. And they did it, bro. They did it. They became hyper consumers. Studies show that women's at $31 trillion a year that is spent worldwide. 15 of it is spent in America, and women do the leading of it, but single women do even more. So they launched a campaign to keep these women single, man, and it really worked. But the thing about it is this: when they bid onto that hook, when they bid onto that thing.
Hey, Stacey, can we say to compete with men? It wasn't really necessarily to be single, it's to compete with men. So they reduce, that's what it was for. So they can reduce the amount of families, but not only that, to keep from a man going against the power structure. That's all. They ain't never got to worry about us anymore because we too busy with the women compete with us. The enemy is living in the house. We trying to cooperate with her, and we know she. Hey, Stacey, you know she envious of you because she won't cooperate with you. She keep going back and forth with you and keep trying to get the last word, trying to get the last say, trying to manipulate you, trying to control you. You know what I'm saying? And what you said earlier was a great point too. If you're not with a man, what are you doing? What are you doing outside? Like, what are you doing out? You going to the club? You constantly shopping. You going on girls trips, going to certain places. God knows what y'all doing over there, but y'all know. And they keep secrets of what they doing as well too. You going to these concerts where women acting trashy. You want to go out with your friends constantly. Y'all going out. You got all these rosters. What is it actually that you're doing that's productive into society?
Right.
All you're doing is doing whatever you want to do, but it's destroying you. And after you manage to make all these bad decisions, getting to 30 years old, 35, now you traumatized. Now, hey, Stacey, you get to a woman. Hey, Stacey, I'm practicing abstinence now.
Yeah.
And I'm celibate because I'm in my healing phase. Yeah. I'm healing now. What you healing from? Huh? You know where they healing from? Bodies. That's what they healing
Tiana,
from.
Khadijah, Lenny Carvel, him, her, him, bodies.
That's what they healing from. Too many bodies.
I agree.
We're not the same. We get better. We learn to be better lovers. We get more skill. We get more experience. The more they have encounters with other men, the more jaded they are, the more tired they are, the more unstable they are, the more indecisive they are. The more they're less likely to pair bond because they've been with too many dudes. And it's because it ain't that they can't live with a man. They can't live with themselves.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on, my brother Truth?
How you doing, brother? How you doing, Mr. Stacey?
What's going on, my brother?
Much love, much love.
Real quick, Stacey had mentioned Sue Ellen Browder. That's the woman who did that on Cosmopolitan. She was an editor, and then she was with it. She wanted to be a big fish in a little pond, and basically she broke down over 15 minutes how her boss was hired by the CIA to implement all these women spending and what y'all has. this was a government construct that basically wanted to separate the woman from the man, and basically us as men couldn't focus on things that we needed to focus on because we got to focus on getting the woman back in line.
Right.
So that Ali, you must break that down, Mr. Stacy. Get that to him. That's going to be very impactful because it shows like y'all were coerced to do this. This was all a plan, and if they're so educated, women should be able to see, dang, we were bamboozled, run amok, say. And that's what they're doing. They're running amok right now. But I'll let y'all continue. But that Sue Ellen Browder, you can type it in YouTube, Sue Ellen Browder, and it'll show.
But doesn't that, but is it, I get what you're saying, right? Even if they're doing that, but don't we have the enticement from being able to be by ourselves as well, too? It's like we both have the incentive to not having to be with no woman or no family. We could just be hoes out here, like they say they hoes, right? We could be players. So if we have the incentive to be players, but then society, like you're saying, society is pushing us to be men and righteous men and leaders and good men. I agree with you. What in society is pushing women to be mothers? What in society is pushing women to want to have a family and take care of a family today? They're pushing us to still be traditional men, but they're not pushing them to be traditional women. Where is this video at?
It's on YouTube.
I'm sending it to you right now.
Okay.
It's that's gonna be one of your best shows. That breakdown, Kevin Samuels broke that down years ago, and it's read it and weep. It's nothing else to explain, because I say Cosmopolitan was like the Instagram back then. When they got to the grocery checkout aisle, that's what gave them the ideas, same ideas now, to travel, to spend money on makeup, to spend money on a lot of things that didn't attribute to the family, and it basically broke them up. It pushed this self me. They go ahead.
But but I think it's, even if I see this, I think it just like we keep getting justified. Like, how many D's do you need to get to go, you know what, man, I want to be with one man and I want to have a family? How many times do we have to encounter a woman to go, you know what, man, I'm tired of these hoes. I want love. I want to be able to build with a woman. I want to have a family with a woman. How many D's do you need? Like, how many licks does it get to get to the center of a Tootsie Roll Pop?
What if your nature is already selfish, though?
You said, what if your nature is already selfish?
Well, we talking about orgasm after orgasm after orgasm, man.
But they're not getting it. So Stacey, they did the data that over 70% of these women in hookup culture don't orgasm. And in some studies, it's worse than that, because they have to, God makes women have to pay back, because she actually has to connect to the man to get an orgasm. We don't. They have to have the chemistry.
You're right.
So and they were saying that more women orgasm when they're in relationships, and they're in actual strong solidified relationships, they're orgasming them. They can't orgasm outside the relationship when hookup culture. All they're doing is for leverage. They're doing it for attention. They're doing it for validation, and they're doing it so somebody's enabling them. They're feeling good for doing wrong. Just like truth. If your woman ain't doing right by you, Stacey, if your woman ain't doing right by you, she know it. She'll step outside and deal with somebody else who will make her feel good for not doing right by you. So she tells them a story and tells them, this is what you're doing in response to what she's doing. But he's going to make her ego feel good. But she actually doesn't like this dude. And even if he buys the story, she still don't respect him because she was able to lie to him. They know they lying. You know how they know? You know how they know they lying? Anytime Stacey tell them the truth, they get mad. Every time you tell them the truth, they get mad. Anytime I tell them the truth, they get mad. Why is it they feel so good and they feel so accepting to the lie? Truth.
They love fantasy. They love the fantasies. Women are the one who purchase the most fantasy novels. They're the ones who they love the fairy tales. We don't bar them fairy tales. We be outside playing football or something while they looking at Princess or Cinderella or whatever. So it feeds into that fairy tale, and that goes into the realm of delusion. And then when they finally wake up, they 40, 45, and it's too late. Too many bodies, too many, and they can't go back to where they just left, because, as you said the other day, oh, you've been down the street with old buddy. You wouldn't respect me even if I did take you back.
Right.
I'm gonna keep saying they know. Look, if they go, imagine us three up here just staying players, like players. We ain't committing to nothing. And be like, oh, Ali, Stacey, and Truth and Delusion. Like we know what the market is. They know what the market is. They saw what happened to their mama. They saw what happened to their grandmothers. They saw what happened to their aunties. They see it, y'all. They see it. They learned it. They don't like the. How many women y'all? They don't like their mothers. They gonna be, my mama ain't ish.
Yeah, but
then they
do
follow
they
up right
really
behind them.
see it? Do they really see it inside of the haze of the lust? Like I just got this phone call, and this listen, like whereas you said that they're not really releasing with dudes, it don't matter. This ninja is fly. I like the way he always smell, and every
Other
time I
women like
connect
him.
with him, we go places.
Other women like them. That's why they like them. That's why they don't stay with these men. Women like Aaron Pierre because other women like them. Then Tiana gets with them and go, you know what? I only like them because other women like them. I really don't like them. That's the great. This high value talk, this high value man and woman talk. We know that it was something that was put in front of us too. We know that men and women got preferences, but that's not how we really date. You really gotta like the person that's in front of you. You gotta really be into them. So when you get this high value woman, so called, she pretty, she might got a nice body. You don't like her because she ain't got no substance about her. And when these women get these dudes that are so called high value too, they really ain't like these people. So not only what you talking about is true. The way that we dating now, it doesn't make sense as well too. But most men truth go, oh, this ain't real. So they are date down when we're already dating down and try to stay in their lane. Where women go, nope, I'm still going to try to get this guy, this imaginary guy that only exists in our minds.
Yeah, but I think I think what we miss out on, and I wanted to say this about earlier, like I think none of us understand how truly. Listen, I believe that if we could do a measurement of the mental and it doesn't matter that we're not going to talk about men. I'm talking about women right now. If we could do a measurement, if we could put metrics to the high levels, and I'm talking about high levels of mental illness taking place amongst African American women, I think it would be insane. I think no one would believe it, and here's why. PTA meeting. Wash the car, get the yard mowed. Anything goes wrong in the house, I got to call the plumber and pay for it. Cook the dinners, wash the clothes, get on the kids about discipline, get on the kids. Listen, even us as men, that'll break somebody, man. A job that God Almighty assigned for two people, these people latched on to the feminism movement and volunteered to do that, a two-person job. Really, it's more than a two-person job. That's why they say it takes a village. These women have taken a job that could be qualified as more than a two-person job, because we remember Granny used to step in and be a backbone too, right? They have taken a job that sometimes requires 2 to 3 people and dumped it on themselves just so they can say, I don't need no ninja. I'm independent. And listen, that coupled with the high levels of sex that they having, man, we're talking about walking zombies, man. That's why we can't get through to them.
I'm with you. Hey, that what you said, I'm more willing to accept that they dead inside. That part of their body is dead too, because they're not supposed to do how we do. When they deal with too many people, they become desensitized and they become dehumanized. They're not supposed to do what we're doing. And a lot of them are walking dead. Like they're the walking dead. It's like there's no longer a human right there. Like they don't feel nothing, you know?
And then they end up taking that basically what they put themselves in, they take it out on the children, they take it out on the man, they take it out on everybody else because they know they already exhausted their worth.
Right. That's true.
I agree.
That's true.
It's visible in their dating results.
So, but how do you combat someone who ends up not valuing themselves and not valuing the person and don't care who's around them or in their life, no matter if they're alone? They don't care if they're alone. As long as they got the last word, as long as they got their way, how do you combat that? How do you change a person into being what the society needs, into being someone who loves herself and other people in her family? How do you change that?
You can't. You got to teach the new generation. You can't teach an old dog new tricks.
You got to raise them. Yeah.
That goes for men. Well, I don't know. We're more susceptible to change because we know we know, okay, in order to be successful and just relevant, we would have to change. But with women, it's always going to be a simp ready to pick them up when they fall, so they don't have to.
No,
so I say the next generation.
Truth, you can always step outside, even if you have the agreement that you have with your woman. Same thing with Stacy. If you have the agreement that you have with your ladies, you can always cheat and step outside. That's what I tell a woman. Hey, you can always go and get a job. I need you to do for me. You can always go pursue your career. You supposedly already got your degree. I need you to be what I need for me. I can always go get another hoe. If you want me to give up my resources to you and my provisions and protection to you, then your body needs to be for me and your cooperation needs to be for me. If you don't feel that I'm doing that, then you can always go get your job. You can always go get a job and take care of yourself. Just like if you're not taking care of me, I can always go get some more women or some more hoes. That's the trade-off. That's the risk. So if I can always do that, then the woman knows, damn, he can't always do that. And then when they get too comfortable, is when they forget that you can always get access to those other women right away. And it can be women that's way better than her as well, too. That's what they keep forgetting. They're not going to be able to replace you. You're going to be able to replace them.
Oh, you had cut out. But the last thing I heard is they'll take on that aspect, what you said. What men do, okay, I can always go out and get something else. They take on that aspect, but we see it doesn't affect, it doesn't, the outcome isn't the same. The outcome is more detrimental to them.
But they don't, yes, but they don't care. Hey, truth, they don't care.
They don't.
I'd rather do it. I'd rather do it by myself. But yeah, but even no, how look, that's easy to say. They're raising the kids, not us. The only way that we can raise the kids is if we take full custody of the kids, and then the mother has to be living on your page. But as long as they get primary custody when something goes wrong, or if there's kids out of wedlock, they're going to be raising the kids because she still gets in the way of you parenting as well, too, because she can't get control of you. So she's going to get control of the kid. And you don't think she's going to treat the kid the same way she treated you? This is how these women be lying. Most of these women treat these kids like you, just like they treat you, if not worse.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. I'm picking on my sons. I'm waiting at the school, picking my sons right now. We have to, us as fathers, we got to get our kids and we got to teach them this, feminism was wrong. You see what happened to grandma. You see what happened to your auntie. You see what's going on, and steer them the right way. Like I tell my boys, we have these sort of type conversations. My boys, gonna be 13, they get into the age where it's like, hey, this is the type of woman you want to stay away from, this is the type of woman you want to get to. And then the homegirls, I be saying, all that, Cardi B and all that stuff, y'all need to let that go because it's not gonna be a positive outcome down the road. So what us as men, we got to get the kids with anything you can. You got to get them kids, because this generation is gone as far as women. Got to teach the following generation. That's the only chance I see.
Right? Yeah. But we keep saying it, just like, man. We need to press a reset button. Truth. We may do the most important roles, but women have the most valuable one. They raise the nation. Like they're the nations. Like even in Nation of Islam say, when you raise a man, you raise an individual. When you raise a woman, you raise a nation. They are raising the kids. That's the trade-off. The baby's got to come through them. The first person the kids
attached to I can think is the mama. Take like the women, smell the roses. The women who are up on game, the women who are, virtuous women. They have to be the ones to spread the word. Maybe they'll have more leeway with the women to get them to change, and because women not gonna too much listen to us. That's why I say the women got to start teaching the women. I know I had said that on one of my shows. The women got to be the women who are in pocket and in line. They got to be the ones to pass this message on.
Right, but they not listening.
Yeah, nobody could teach a Jezebel, man.
They not truth. They not list truth. Truth. It's very hard to find a woman that they don't listen. They say they submissive and cooperative. They don't listen, fam. They just be lying. I'm gonna listen. Who you gonna listen to? I'm gonna listen to the man I love and respect. The problem is they don't love and respect nobody.
Right.
That's our problem. We have to. It's our duty. The society expects us to still be good men, and we'll get shamed for not being that type of guys. They don't get shamed for being fat. They don't get shamed for being ugly. They don't get shamed for being gay. They don't get shamed for being a thought. They can shame men into being what they want from men, but we can't shame them. That's that cancel culture. You cannot shame a woman. It's over.
You loading, Ali.
Oh, I am? Am I loading Stacey, or is that just for him?
It's probably just for him.
Nah, that's for him. He talking about I'm loading. See how he doing? See, try to already throw me under the bus.
I read this study, man. It was a study a few years back, and I know that the numbers are higher now that we've had this technological advancement at a hyper level. It was a study that suggested what a person is doing at the age of between 30 and 34 is likely what they'll be doing forever, right? And now there are exceptions to the rule, but what that thing is saying is generally, and if you look at your cousins, if you look at your aunties, that thing is true, right? With our women, man, the way that they are, I read this book called From Good to Great. Phenomenal read. You got to read this book, From Good to Great. By Jim Collins. What they suggested was this. They went from and interviewed a lot of companies, good companies that went on to be great and good companies that just stayed good or just failed. What they found out, not incentives, not bonuses and things like that make people move. They took an industry and took it to a rural area. And, you know, these are farm-minded people and this and that. They put that thing there. And those people, they just had it in them to perform. You don't got to give them no incentives. Right. I guess one dude was trying to slack. Man, they chased him out of that plant with pitchforks. And what they suggested was this. The cure, you get the right people on the bus the first time. We can't do anything with these women. We can't do anything with them. We have to get women who are malleable, women who want to conform, women who desire to be under the leadership of a man. Because I'm telling you right now, a woman who is not willing to be under the leadership of a man, that is proof of her rebelliousness right there.
Yep. But like I said, though, in order to do that, you're going to have to get the future mothers on board to listen and cooperate with what the men are saying. If that's what we're trying to do, because everything outside of us is just like what it's temptation. If you're not trying to be the right person for the right woman or the right man, then you're leading into temptation. You just fulfilling your own lusts or your own needs, your own wants. It's not even needs, your own wants. So what can we do if you won't be able to impact those generations of mothers who having the kids though?
You have to date women whose culture, like I believe the only way we can survive, man, is date Pacific Islanders, Latino women, Asian women.
So you think we got to date out?
I know we do. I've done simulations on it, man. We can't change these. Look at the conversations we have with these women, man. They don't understand the simplest concepts. And the reason that they don't understand them is because to them, we're being the fun police. The things that we say lead to bad life outcomes are the things that bring great deals of pleasure to them. And they basically hear us saying, according to my philosophy, you shouldn't have fun anymore. According to my philosophy, the things that bring you immense pleasure, you should stop doing those. And they're not having that. They're not having that. That genie was let out of that lamp, bro. And when I say that genie, I'm talking about freedom. Women were not supposed to have unlimited freedom. They were not supposed to have the amount of rights that men got. I believe that they should have been capped at around 40-50% of rights. When they got more, look what they did. They destroyed an entire community, man.
Right. No, you're right. Look. Jazz be killing me. You know what's crazy? Women don't believe, there's certain women that they don't believe their youth is supposed to be given to the man in exchange for when he becomes a better man and gets his full potential. You get a man who's productive. You get a man who shares that with you. You get a man that protects you. We know that you truly love us when you give us your youth and you control yourself too. So get a young woman with experience and control her fully. What, instead of getting with an old woman who you can't control, who's compromised, who's traumatized by dealing with a lot of men? Is it better, Jazz, for a woman to deal with a whole bunch of men and get old and want to be able to pretend to cooperate, but she's trying to control a man, or a young woman who hasn't been compromised and you build with that type of woman who hasn't dealt with a lot of men, Jazz? Y'all don't, it kill me like y'all just be saying stuff. What how is it sick to be with a young woman? What are you talking about?
Man, that's the
crazy.
Move, right? That's the move
old,
right
how
there.
old you talking about? It's crazy. Like what they talk. It's so disingenuous when you're talking about a young woman and it's saying it's sick if a man is dealing with a younger woman, he's an older man, when most women want to be with older men and most men want to be with younger women. It's natural. It's why make it so like it killed me to be just so disingenuous about it. They want us, you know what they want men to do is let these women destroy themselves. give up their box to everybody, try to man up, use their resources to see if they can get the best guy by the time they get to 40, and they want to still get the best guy for doing absolutely nothing and making the worst decisions. They want us to wipe up all women who've been run through instead of getting young women who's supposed to give up their youth to you and cooperation so they don't become traumatized.
I believe it's a little bit deeper than that, bro. I think I'm certain of this. Like I did a whole show on this, man. Like the threat that these older women have, the reason that they try to shame us for dating younger women is because men can always date down up until we turn 80 years old, man. We can date a 40-year-old. If we've taken care of our body and we've turned ourselves into men of value, we could date 30 and 40 years old at the age of 80, right?
Right.
But it's not the same with women. So the threat that women feel, the reason they try to shame us out of dating these younger women is because they know the men who they're supposed to be coupled up with, the men their age, the younger women are stealing those men. And if the younger women lock down with the men, those older women's age, then who is the older women going to date? Nobody.
Yeah. And what's like, look, let me tell you, like, perfect an example. I'm gonna do it again. It just don't make sense. Why would a man believe that a 40-year-old plus woman who's still single is going to be able to cooperate? That's the thing about what's done with the market. If she's above 30 years old and still can't find a man or not with the man, it's less likely that she's going to cooperate with a man. Why can't you keep a guy?
Yep.
And I did data before you came here. Hey, Stacy, most relationships end in 2 to 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
If a person gets to 5 years and they still not married, that relationship ends. If the people get married, that relationship ends typically 8 to 12 years. Most of these women are not loyal to the men that they pick, but they're asking men to be loyal to monogamy when they can't be loyal to monogamy. Instead of men having multiple women that they're happy with, and if she don't want to listen, just kick her out the way. It makes perfect sense for men to deal with multiple women because they're happy with women. When women ain't happy with one guy, 5 guys, 10 guys, 20 guys, she just gets traumatized. And I always be rhyming. I don't be trying though. It's crazy. She get all these guys. Hold on, there's another one. I got to make that t-shirt. She get all these guys just to be traumatized.
Yep. And that's what's happening too. That's legitimately what's happening.
It's crazy. You get all these guys just to be traumatized. All these bodies.
Tiana, Khadijah, Lenny, Carvel, him, her, him, bodies.
Make it make sense, y'all. Ain't it crazy, man?
But listen, I always get graphic with people, like, you know, and I'm talking about your most amazing performance in your life in the bedroom. I'm talking about, you put it down. You did. This woman calling out for multitudes of different gods and everything, right? Okay, not just you. Another guy got her calling out for gods. Another guy is hung at a dysfunctional level. Brother, when you're experiencing something that's got you calling out for God, when you're experiencing something that's giving you emotions at the highest level, and you attempt to experience that 20 or 30 times, you think nothing's going to happen to you? You're not built to it. What will happen is all of those men who gave you those most amazing moments of your life, when you do bump into that good guy, you will already be ruined because you will forever be memorizing what Tariq did to you. You got a good guy at home. This man will never be late on that mortgage, but he will always be compared to your best lovers and he won't be able to meet the bar. And that's why they say those relationships where the women have high body counts, they dissipate.
Yeah, I understand 100%. They just struggle with pair bond. They've been through too much. And again, I think I will give I'll give you that perspective too, because I'll be thinking about that perspective too. But they learn how to be nasty. They learn how to be sexy. They learn how to sexually perform, but they ain't learn how to cook. They ain't learn how to clean. They ain't learn how to love. I think it's even to that deep. But all this stuff they've been learning is this how to know how to get resources from somebody and just keep moving up in society, just using a guy. That's it. They keep using men to do things for them and have fun, and a man's gonna have fun, and he gonna have fun and come. And they'll claim they dumb and having and having fun and full of cum. So once she gets to a certain age, if she didn't practice how to be a woman, it's too late.
I agree.
You know, it's like trying to work on a left-hand layup right now. And you can't shoot a left, you can't do a left-hand layup. You know,
right.
Now you try to work on a left-hand layup or a left-hand jump shot. It's too late. So they get very upset with the fact that a man calls them out. Hey man, you don't know how to be a woman. You don't know how to perform for a man. Because a lot of these women lazy too, Stacey, in all kind of ways. So forget all that. You talking about they calling it a God. Most of these women don't know what to do with a man. Yeah. If you want to be truthful, you know. So it comes to there's just the irresponsibility and the inability to not only connect with somebody, but love somebody and do for somebody. That's all it is. How many? Well, never mind. Your range might be difficult, but a lot of women can't cook anymore. I've been to a lot of some cookouts where the people just don't know how to cook no more.
They read the instructions on the back of the package.
Hey, they can't even do that. They can't even do that. Question for my brother 30K. Is modern women asking men to be roommates with with conditional benefits, marriage, or perishable consumer products, long-term relationships? He hit the nail on the head. They asking to be. Hey, much love to you, my brother 30K.
Thank you for the $5. We were all born to be untouchable.
That's where they looking for security, temporary security, until they can find the person that they actually supposedly want. But the truth is they don't know how to pair bond with nobody. So they're just going to blame they're going to go from person to person to person, and all the things they don't allow themselves to be responsible for or be accountable for, they're going to blame on the next person. That's all that's going to keep happening over and over again.
I have a law that I live by, man. There's a law that I institute. I blame a significant portion of this on the men, but it's hard to blame it on the men because the men that these single moms had, they weren't supposed to win. They were supposed to fail according to statistics. These were supposed to be dysfunctional men, and that's how it turned out. These men that these women are complaining about, they literally turned out according to the ingredients. If you want to know how to create a dysfunctional child, create them without their father, create them without structure and things like that. I want to blame the men, but we can't blame broken human beings. I have a law that I live by. I believe when women come into a relationship with children, they lose rights. And I'm talking about real rights. Like, listen, you don't have the same rights. Like, even listen, mess up a little bit, you don't have the right to gripe as much as a woman who came into this relationship with no kids. If I get caught cheating, now this is on you. You can leave, but you don't have any leverage to leave. I believe a woman who comes into a relationship with children, he shouldn't be a chronic cheater, but if he messes up 2 or 3 times, I believe that woman should take on integrity and say, you know, I do understand majority of men don't like coming into relationships with a woman who has children. This man did it, so I'm gonna have some grace up on him. A woman who has children, man, she just doesn't have the same rights as a woman who doesn't.
Right. No, I get, and they should have different. I think there's some sound. Is that your side, my brother? I think the background. No, you can't. The same freedoms after you have children, the nation should make it responsible for the man and woman. Now you're a mother and father. You can't just be being outside and doing whatever you want to do now. Both of y'all have to be responsible, and there should be fines for mothers and fathers underperforming when it comes to being great, phenomenal mothers and fathers. I think we should implement something like that. If you sucking at being a mother and father, you need to get fined, or you need to get held accountable. You need to go in some classes, whatever you need to do to become a better mother and father. If you struggling at it, you get the assistance, and if you refusing to do it, you need to get locked up just temporarily. No, for real, temporarily. Like, hey, and when you get locked up, you got to be working for your kids. So the money that you're working for, the money that you're making while you locked up is going straight to your kids. Everything, like, it's crazy to me. We'll go and get garnish men's checks and put them on child support, but we don't do nothing to make sure that garnish or fine these women for being horrible mothers.
I agree 1,000%.
Purposely, and you see it all over the internet. There's a woman I showed, a phenomenal mother, cooking for her kids, loving her husband, running the household, speaking nice to her children, speaking respectfully to her kids. And then you got another woman with almost 500 or 600,000 followers now disrespecting her kids and cussing the kids out. My brother Mont hit us with a $5 super chat. But what would be the objective to measure a good mother and father? That's the question, because some parents parent differently. We'll get to that, my brother Mont. Let me hit the button real quick. We'll get to that real quick.
Thank you for the $5. We were all born to be untouchable.
And then my brother Frederick with the $5 super sticker, excuse me. Much love to you, my brother Frederick.
Thank you for the $5, homie. For real. You know what that means? It's our time to shine. Let's light it up.
Did you see that question, my brother Stacy? My brother Mont asked, hold on, let me show you the question. But what would be the objective, the measure of a good mother and father? That's the question, because some parents parent differently. What would you think the objective would be to measure a good mother and father?
We already have a cookie cutter. We don't need to guess. We've seen one way that worked immaculately, and we saw the way that destroyed the community. Our grandmothers, they were loaded with grace. It's not that men weren't cheating back then. It's that our grandmothers, they knew the significance of family. And as a result, when they passed on, listen, our children turned out better. We were married at an 80% rate. We were married longer. We had significantly less children born out of wedlock. We had family reunions, brother, that 150, 200 people was coming from 5 different states. We were more united. When our grandparents went on and passed, properties were getting left down. Now, fast forward over here into the modern era. In a short amount of time, in less than 30 years, they destroyed an entire community by not resembling those traditional women. You ain't got to be a doormat because you got freedoms now. But if you don't come up under the leadership of a good man, you will do what is in a woman's nature to do. I believe this. The amazing way we talk about our grandmothers and we just revere them so much and we just talk so highly of them. Some of us still just break out and drop a tear to this day at the very memory of them. I believe that very same nature was in them. And if our grandfathers didn't have their foots on those women's neck, close supervision, they would have been bust downs and hoes. But they weren't allowed to. They weren't allowed to. So that's what happened.
Right. No, I agree with you. I agree with you 100%. And then so I would think, Mont, that a good mother would be able to take care of the peace in the home and the love in the home, not making loving your kids or doing for your kids an inconvenience. You should be investing in love, being loving and nurturing for your kids. And if you have to work, you still have to fulfill that responsibility. Just like if a man works, he should still be able to be a great father, be able to nurture and love his kids as well, too. If we're going to say this is a new society where both people are working, I would think we would keep it in a traditional sense. But since the country is making us work so much, both people have to go to work and can't be at home. And they did that for a reason as well, too. Then I would think when the father comes home, he does the best he can to help with parenting the kids. But if he has a structured house and a disciplined house where he has order and the daddy ain't playing, you ain't got to do but so much. You know, if you have a father and a man in the house, it makes the woman's job extremely easy. And if you have a woman in the house and you a man, it makes the man's job more easier as well, too. So it's fulfilling our responsibilities and our core duties to loving and taking care of each other, my brother Mont, to have families that flourish, my brother. And much love to my brother Matreon. Hit us with 5 gifted memberships. Much love to you, my brother. And again, y'all, we'll be having the show soon. Let me see something. You busy, my brother Stacy?
No, I'm good.
We'll have a show. We're gonna have it late, the super panel, man, if you want to come on. In a few minutes. So next place we'll be going is the super panel. Actually, you can head on over there now. You good? You good?
Yeah, yes.
You can rock with me. Oh, on no, are you available for a show? Like this is a big show. This is like the big show we have on Friday.
Yeah, we can make it happen.
Okay. I'll send you the link when I go over there, right when I go over there, you can come over there with me. It's gonna start in a few minutes. You look at it, you look at the private chat, the back chat. And then my mind again with the $5 super chat. With respect, brothers, you are giving very loose answers. I understand what you're saying, but it needs to be quantifiable for fines. Yeah, but we talking about it right now. To actually write down and break down every single thing, obviously that would have to be a process. But we can identify a little bit what we're talking about. But to write down and break down the fines, it'd have to be a process. It ain't something we can just make up right up here. Come on now, don't do me like Pretty Intellectual. Much love to my brother Kaysen for becoming a member as well. Let me see real quick.
Hey, you say that link is where?
In the private chat.
Man, I got you.
Yeah, look at the back chat. Okay, let's see this. I want to watch this just a little bit more with you.
Take is wrong. I respect it. I enjoy listening to your content. But to say how things should work for all people and dismiss everyone else that doesn't speak your particular alignment, to me, is irresponsible. And the reason I say that is because there are all sorts of people doing all sorts of things, loving all sorts of ways. And if you think that your way is the only way that works, brother, I commend you. I'm just saying there are people from all walks of life that need to hear other perspectives, either to solidify theirs or make them curious about another way that could work better for them. Brother, the one thing you said that was really interesting to me.
You telling me who you're working for.
You said what?
You're telling me who you're working for.
And that's why a lot of people look.
But meaning you telling
when you say that, what you're saying,
you're working to provide a platform for all of the voices, for all the different types of people, because people are not a monolith. So right. The voices that you are giving a platform to have no success if they are not in a healthy relationship.
I just told you that there are people on our panel that are married.
Exactly. That's not what's being posted.
Hey, I got a quick question here, Ace, because just to see if there's even any common ground, do you feel like there are some people who should not be putting out relationship content? Do you also feel like there is a group of people who you would deem unqualified to speak on these topics?
Personally?
Yes.
Man, you know, it's real interesting. I'm so busy with my play, brother, that I don't really look across the aisle. There are content creators that I don't particularly vibe with. I don't like their rhetoric. I don't like the way they speak to women in general.
Well,
but there are pockets.
I'm not being specific about any one person. I just mean like, do you more so? Because obviously Tony pretty much stands on, if you're not married, like you should not necessarily be putting out this work.
I think that's probably, to respectfully, man, I think that is
or you just have to frame the conversation. You have to frame the conversation. You have to say, this is not relationship advice. This is my dating experience.
Brother, I don't really think that, to your point, and to answer the question before, do I feel like that there are people that are not qualified to give general advice or relationship advice to a large percentage of the population? Absolutely. I think that there's people that are not qualified to my metrics. You know what I'm saying? I don't have a problem with somebody getting up here and saying, this is why I think this or I think that. But what I am saying is for us to not acknowledge the diversity in people and thought processes and ways in which relationships and love can work for many different people. That to me is hard to wrap my head around. That's the thing that I want to say. It's hard for me to wrap my around. It sounds elitist. It sounds like, you know what I'm saying? And then when you said something, Tony, respectfully, when you said you're working for the other side, brother, that's why a lot of people struggle. Because I think you're implying that the other side is the devil, right? Is that what you're implying?
meaning you're working for the other side of providing confusion. Because if you have 6 voices on a stage and there's 6 different messages, people leave more confused than they came. And if the people who we are seeing by the millions are not saying anything worthwhile, but it's a meaningless back and forth conversation that does not bring a solution, that does not help us build families, that does not help us better raise children, that does not help us climb the ladder as a people, as a group who are struggling economically, struggling relationally, struggling in every way. When we provide conversations that only bring confusion and don't bring clarity,
it don't seem
that's what
like
I mean by you working
it
for
don't
the
seem
other side.
it
You
don't
working
seem like it really don't seem like, in my opinion, you actually pay much attention to what we got going on over here, brother, and that's respectfully.
What do you see him promoting marriage?
Man, that man
Like when you see Ace Metaphor's content, do you see him promote any type of marriage?
That man is destroying lives, man.
I don't see him never promoting no marriage. All he does is talk bad about guys. Is he wasting your time? Is he controlling you? Is this the man you should love? Why are you letting this man waste your time? Why are you letting this man do this to you? You are better than that, ladies. You are a queen, ladies. You are much better than that. Stop wasting your time with men who don't love you.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
That's all
Listen,
he
but
be just gaslighting.
do you listen? I know I have my opinion, brother. Do you really think that he doesn't know better than what he's saying?
He's a grifter. He's a
yeah,
grifter.
man. Yeah, we all know. Like Ace Metaphor is loaded. He has clips, and his panel does too. They have clips fully loaded with buzzwords and catchphrases, bro. That's it.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep. No, you're absolutely right. But that's why most of these people are grifters. They know they know better, but they know they make money off of not lying to women, enable the women, because women love when you lie to them, and no better than what women do it and believe in lies is lying to themselves. So all they doing is making money off of it, and I can't blame them. I can blame them if when you have these conversations and your inability to tell the truth is one thing, but if these women love these lies, then they want to make money off the lies. I can't hold them to that. Or I can't hold that against them. But if we in person having a conversation, they can't give away their secrets. So maybe I can hold it against them too, though. So I'll take that back.
Bro,
I can't hold it again. I'll take that back. No, I'll take that back.
When you're talking about integrity, bro, like a person like Ace Metaphor, bro, I'd find it very skeptical to do business with him because he has an ability to tell lies to human beings, knowing that these lies can really hurt these people's lives, man.
No, I agree. What I'm saying is the fact that like these women are getting what they asked for, and you know what I'm saying? That's the part I'm saying. Like I can't hold that part to them where they're getting what they asked for, but I can hold it to them for enabling them and causing more destruction in the community. So I can do that as well too. Much love to my brother Mont. I didn't get to speak my piece on Anton and Corey. Check your DM, my brother Mont. And then my brother, the man with the $2, the man SSJ with the $2 super chat. Most women operate off emotional conveniency. Yeah, they want to control the man. And then my brother, the man with the $10 super chat. Men date younger because women literally adapt and learn from the man they're with. Older women are stuck in their ways and not willing to learn or change for their man. This is common sense. Salute, Ali. Yeah. Nobody, Jazz, and I don't know what Jazz get. What's funny is Jazz says that men want to control women, as if women ain't trying to control men. If we're in a relationship, you control the aspect of my life. That's where you get security. If I can still do what I want to do, and you still be with me, you wouldn't want to be with me. That's why women don't like sharing men, and women find some type of security by getting this man to do what you want for him. So you control the aspect of my life, so that I have security. I have to control the aspect of your life, especially if you say I'm the leader. If everything goes to hell, it's usually my fault. So you can't ask to control men and then not allow men to control you. It doesn't work that way unless you live in backwards. Let me see something real quick, my brother. I'm gonna see how many people are there right now, but let's keep going with this one.
respectfully saying that. I'm respectfully saying when you can use the adjectives you want to use, and then you don't empty messages. You can use all these adjectives, but just because you're making these blanket statements, that's why I said it's dangerous. It's dangerous when you're making blanket statements without having all the factual information.
Statement. It's not a blanket.
It is a blanket statement. You're making blanket statements, and you're putting people's names in it. You're putting people's names in it.
I'm living this as a husband and a
your
father,
truth,
which is successful
for you
and for our community. It's not just for me. Principles are principles. So,
but your principle, you're not the only person with principles.
You're promoting casual sex. You're promoting hookup culture. And then you say you bring it. Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. You having a conversation. You watching me online. You say you appreciate my message. Why haven't you called me to your conversation?
You know what? Why he doing all that? Look, why he doing all that? Now listen, he doing all that.
You say you bringing all the voices. You say you bringing all.
Whoa! You doing all that? You doing all that?
How you not gonna call somebody who got 3.5 million people online and have been in the trenches since 2007, but you bringing all the sides? You ain't bringing all the sides. You bringing the side that you want to bring, and then you trying to take me to task for my words, and you trying to hold me for every word, but you didn't catch that you just call what you doing a play. I call what I do purpose.
I don't know what you mean about a play.
What you think about Tony Gaskin's position though? Like, what do you think about him? Is he being fair?
I think I've seen him a few times. You know, there's some of his content that I disagree with, man. And I highly disagree. Like when they say things like, you know, if you're not married, then you shouldn't. That's like, you know what I mean? Who better to take advice from than Michael Jordan? If you talk about basketball, man. Like I don't even know where that sounds like when the women say, but your mama's black. You know
right. No, exactly. No, you're absolutely right. But he's telling people to get married and we should be focusing on marriage, but I don't hear him talking about the cons of marriage. Why are you just telling people to get married when you're not telling people what happens in marriage and what you should do in the marriage? I'm not hearing that part from him. And then the other one line about what he actually is selling to the people, he pushing casual sex if he won't even deny it. He pushing for people to be able to date each other because he's not with somebody right now again. He got caught up in some stuff too.
Yeah.
But they're not willing to have a conversation because they can monologue and lie, especially on his platform. It's not a lot of people pushing back. That show is intended to tell women what they want to hear, and then you'll do occasional pushback so it sounds balanced. But a lot of those women are paying to hear what they want to hear.
Yeah.
Dad, I'm so focused on my play.
So plate, PLATE, plate. This is the last. I messaged you March 10th. Yo, would love to feature you on my podcast. We're shooting April 28th, 29th, any interest? And then it was like an automatic reply that said you don't receive messages, so I didn't attempt that way again. Brother, respect.
Yeah, bro, I got a website, man. You know how to reach
what?
Me. I got a website.
Man, I'm 35, brother. We do things a little differently.
I'm 39, bro. Don't act like you at another generation.
Like you're doing a little too much. Much love to my sister, Leosha. They doing it for the biddies and for the titties. My goodness gracious, great balls of fire.
So here's the thing.
And y'all, we about to start up the show shortly. My brother Stacy Prince is coming on the show as well too. So we'll be starting shortly. I'm going to be right when I hit end stream, it'll redirect everybody over there. All right. So be prepared, y'all, to go on to the show. We're just going to cook for a little bit more.
It sounds like we might be seeing TG on the next
tonight's conversation.
That's what it sounds like.
With just him and Ace, by the way, that's enough. That's enough for the stage. Just him and Ace.
Because you can't put this Ace. You can't put a brother like this on the stage with anybody that's even halfway single. Now, here's the thing. Here's what I want to ask about this.
I don't mind being single people. What I'm saying is frame the conversation. We can't let it go out as relationship advice. This is a single experience, or this is a hookup experience, or this is I'm divorced and I'm telling you what went wrong in my marriage. But this is going out to the millions as relationship advice. And so what I'm saying is, if you send the message of a single man who is having sex with women and dating, if you send that message viral, give the equal pressure and push of the therapist that you say you have on there, or the married person that you say you have on there who is happy and healthy, and do that split test of A and B so that it balances the conversation. Anytime I see something from tonight's conversation, it's on the same side of the line, and it is very confusing. I don't know what I just heard, what the purpose of it was. It's a man arguing at a woman, woman arguing at a man, and there's no solution, there's no takeaway. It's all sensationalism. And one thing that I know is happening is money is being made, but there's no progress being made. And then a lot of times, if it's progress, we're gonna feel it. And so my thing is, I'm not with the confusion and the games. I'm very direct in what I say. I'm very real about what I stand on. And at this stage in our life, especially in the Black race, we need results. We need solutions. We need progression. We need we need healthy families, and we need marriage.
I keep saying, hold on, I want to respond to that because what again,
are you married?
No, I'm not. Again,
so how you
hey brother, I done let you get your long little monologues out.
Oh man,
and I just want to respond. What I'm saying to you is, I wish you would say I more when you speak. This is how I feel. This is what I think. This is the path. Because my only issue with what you're saying is you're not including that. Brother, if that works for you.
My brother Stacy, go ahead and hit the link, man. We about to start it up in 2 minutes. Hold on. Let me see. Go ahead and hit the link in the back chat. You see the link?
Yeah, I got you.
Okay. I'm coming over there right now. Y'all, we about to start the show in 2 minutes. All right. We about to start the show in 2 minutes. I'm gonna review this just a little bit more till we start, man. Keep y'all busy, man. I don't want y'all to get tired, but we about to start the show in 2 minutes.
Right. But you have to understand the people that come ask questions that are at our shows, they're asking about them having casual sex. They're asking about this heartbreak that they didn't experience. They're asking about how do they find themselves again, how to have self-forgiveness, how to do this, that, and other. They're asking about a host of different things, brother. And sometimes I'm the most qualified person to speak to their experience or to give them advice on it. Sometimes it's Kitty. Sometimes it's Trip, the person you said, oddly, never been that guy, but I've known Trip since we were kids, and he's always been that guy. My point I'm trying to make is it would probably benefit to do a little bit more homework here. You know what I'm saying? And that's me being respectful. And then when you speak to every clip that you've seen, every 60-second clip that you've seen may speak more about your algorithm than you think. Brother, we post a host of different clips. If you go down our page right now, you'll see 4 or 5 clips on forgiveness. You'll see 4 or 5 clips on motherhood. You'll see 4 or 5 clips on us progressing as Black people in this country. And my point is, even further, if you want to actually watch the episodes, you'll get a further context. Brother, I can't speak for your algorithm, brother. Yes, we post a whole lot of different.
Let me not on my algorithm. I'm just correcting you. Not on my algorithm.
Let me finish. Let me finish. I let you finish your monologues.
No, I just don't want you to put out false things because we do grab.
Like you are.
I'm just letting you know that it's not from my algorithm.
Right. So if you haven't, so what I'm saying is, if you haven't properly, this is my thing, and I respect your work, and I would love to have you on the panel. I think even coming to a show, you would see how different of an experience than what you think it actually is, how it would be. But what I would say is this: whether it's your algorithm or not, whether it's people sending it to you or not, yes, we post we host and field a whole bunch of different questions from people from different walks of life and experiences. And so, yes, one question may be quote unquote sensationalized, but that was a real question from an audience member. This question may be like, man, how do I find my confidence again after postpartum depression? And that's a clip that got just as many viral views. This question might be about somebody having casual sex.
Y'all, we're going to start in about 2 minutes. All right, we about to start in 2 minutes. Get y'all popcorn, get y'all drink. If you ain't used the bathroom yet, make sure you go use the bathroom, man. We're going to be back in about, I'm going to redirect you on about 2-3 minutes. All right. Can you get him on? I try to get him. Yo, we try to get different perspectives on the podcast. We try to get brothers on the podcast. A lot of people don't want or are comfortable with the pushback. A lot of people like monologuing. We like the pushback. We don't like echo chambers. That's why we invite people here that disagree with us. And people keep asking, why you keep bringing them people on there? How would y'all even have the conversation? How would we get to break down what's going on in society, what's happening in relationships between men and women, if we don't bring people up here that we disagree with? Well, we both have to walk down our different perspectives. My brother willing to win with the $5 super chat. Brother Ali, peace and blessings. Much love and respect. Much love to you, my brother. I truly appreciate that.
Thank you for the $5, homie. For real. You know what that means? It's our time to shine. Let's light it up.
All right, so we gonna try to always give y'all an actual, intentional, good faith, respectable conversation, and hopefully we keep throwing that happenings and knocking out each other. All right, y'all got to stop crashing out here when we invite.
And they all crash dummies. They're all crash dummies.
Let me see. All right, we about to start in about one more minute. All right. Make sure y'all be sharing this. Make sure y'all share. Make sure y'all like. Make sure y'all hype these videos when they're done as well too. And Jazz, I see you. If you got time, Jazz, I see you commenting. Just pull up on the show, Jazz. You know you got a home here. We ain't gonna knock you out. And Athena, if we have room for you too, Athena, just stay around. You can come up as well too. But Jazz, if you're available, just hit me on the IG. Right? We about to start. Let me see. We about to start right now. All right. I'm about to hit the end button. My brother Dart Lake. No, that's Dart Blade. My bad, my brother. Salute to Ali and the Untouchable family. Much love to you, my brother. I truly appreciate it, man. All right, we about to rock out. Get ready now. It's gonna be a good show.
We just got $10, kinfolk. You know what that means, right? We back on our feet again. I ain't gonna hold you. Support be healing people.
All right, let me see. All right, y'all. Let me see. Y'all, and if y'all miss, if y'all get, I don't know what be happening sometimes with the redirect. We will be right here. All right. We're gonna be right here. All right. If it don't redirect for some reason, sometimes it's not redirecting. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3.